God damn it. Let's
Don't forget to record, AJ.
I just clicked record.
Okay.
I just,
Good.
I didn't want to get all the circumcision talk in there. You know
Oh
what I'm
boy.
saying?
Hey,
Too
you're
late.
bringing it up again. Let's.
Yep.
Oy vey. Alright. So, last session, we found ourselves in Altdorf where Bernard is not welcome. He assumed the form of a long-haired, black-haired looking mercenary guy and went around the town checking things out. Yalmar, the Storm Lord,
Oh fuck! I
was
forgot
very
about that.
extremely generous to a bunch of peasants, and they went and met with a representative from the Emperor himself. Turns out that the Emperor was putting together small teams of adventurers to go deal with a small problem, namely a bunch of dragons appearing through the Empire, causing absolute havoc. One group, a bunch of Bretonians, I'm not sure I remember his name, they went up to Middenland to go hunt a green dragon. A young woman surrounded by huge, meaty knights went off to go find the dragon in Talabheim. Bernard and Yalmar decided that because there were a bunch of dwarves around, and dwarves are just generally cool people to hang out with, they would go down to Averland and help them regain their city of Character Mar from what they assume to be a dragon, although nobody's actually seen it.
For the small price of a master craftsman shoving a soul into a sword.
Exactly. He made a deal with one of the dwarves that if they help him with this, he'll put in a personal good word down at the, I believe it was Carrick Hearn,
I think
where
so.
a
I
master
need to pull up the map.
blacksmith could possibly help him enchant his sword with this magical soul gem, which was a whole freaking adventure in itself. So they set off with the dwarves, met up with a couple of monster bandits who they quickly dispatched, and outside in the town of Grenstadt, they decided to spend the night before they would go up to the mountain. During the night, Yalmar heard a strange song being sung in the main courtyard. Investigating, he came across this skeleton-like amalgamation. It was like a harpy, but it was completely monstrous and alien. It seemed to be drawing out peasants into the town square for some unknown purpose. Yalmar and Bernard killed that thing before it had a chance to do God damn it. Had a chance to do anything else. And now dawn rises over Character Mar, where mountain fortress looms in the distance. The leader of the dwarves, before dawn even breaks, I believe his name was Urus Balmerick. He comes over and pulls open the front hatch of your tent, Yalmar, and he says, "Hey, lad, wake up.
Uh, is it time?
Yeah, we're about to load up our carts and head up the mountain. I'm sure you don't want to miss that.
No.
Grab your
Get it?
friend. I don't know. I don't want to open his tent."
I don't blame you. Alright. Guys together. Time to make some money.
We'll be waiting at the beginning of Blackfire Pass. Meet us there.
Right on.
Alright, and I will go to Bernard's tent.
Hey. Hey. Not doing anything weird in there, are you?
No, not yet. Why's that?
Oh. Need a minute?
No.
Dwarves are ready to go.
Alright. Listen. I was talking last time about going in alone, but if there are more of those strange harpy things, I think it'd be best if we all went in together.
There is strength in numbers, so that would be logical. Wise.
Plus, it seems they can charm people from what the peasants were saying, and it wouldn't do good to get caught alone by them.
Yeah, I don't know, that song was kind of annoying. I didn't like it. So, yeah,
Any word about what kind of dragon may be up there?
Not a clue yet.
Hmm.
And that red dragon talked, but it had drakes.
Yes, this one seems to be experimenting on things.
Dragons do. You've read books. Dragons do that.
Would I know anything about that?
Hmm. You can roll a history check.
Alright, I think it's +3. Yeah, it's +3. Nope, I don't know anything about
man.
it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you kind of skipped over those books.
What's a dragon?
You mean those large scaly things, yes? Oh, no, never heard of them.
Gizzard.
No, I've never heard of dragons experimenting, though. I guess we'll find out once we reach the Dwarven Hold.
Well, we're gonna meet him at the opening to Blackfire Pass. I'll
Right.
go get everybody else.
Alright, I'll
I
pack
will.
my things and start getting a move on then.
I'll walk around everybody else's tents and kick their feet.
Yep.
Get 'em up.
You gather the rest of the party. Everybody's pretty pissed off because the sun hasn't even risen yet, but you know. Siam looks at you, Yalmar, and says, "So, another day of dragon slaying, is it?"
Kind of exciting, isn't it?
I guess so. It's not exactly what I expected to be doing around here. But hey,
It's,
I guess it beats hanging around the city.
Yeah. I mean, we don't look too much fun.
Hey,
And,
by
we're
the end
gonna-
of this, we're gonna be rich men.
Will. Gold is good.
Oh yeah. I'm up to something like almost 40,000 right now.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I haven't really spent it on anything.
Holy
Actually-
fuck.
What?
You have more than me.
Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of was around before you were.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
What he's trying to say, Yalmar, is he's been freeloading off of us.
Hey, you know what? You're right. But that's not the point. So,
Let's make a bet.
bet on what?
If you drop during this fight, give me 10,000.
Okay. Fine. And what happens? How do I win?
Stay alive.
Oh, I see. All I have to do is not drop. That's it?
I mean, Siam, I like you. You're good with that sword, but take a lot of shots to the face, man.
Sorry, Yalmar. Not all of us are 7-foot demigods.
He's right,
Ah.
you know.
Or magic using freaks like Bernard.
Well,
Ugh.
I'm actually just a regular guy, in case you haven't noticed. I have little orbs that explode and make smoke and
That is
sparkle
pretty cool,
sometimes.
though.
Yeah,
That is-
thanks. You like
that
them? I
is
make them
pretty cool.
myself.
you know, I bet if we shove some warp stone into there, you could do
Oh,
some really
boy.
cool things with them.
Yalmar walks away.
Siam starts to follow him and he walks by and he says, "You know, I've actually... the best thing I can use to power my mask is warpstone.
Oh,
Back in Bar and
boy.
Bar, I caused a bit of an issue when I snuck into one of their vaults and stole a little bit of the warpstone. And it ended up killing a lot of people. And also, I think I might have cancer. So, warpstone's not that fun, man. Besides,
Not with that
what you did to
attitude, it's not.
Bretonia is still disturbing. Not that they didn't deserve it.
Well, they won't be riding after us for a little while, anyways.
Yes, I suppose that's true. Freak.
That's right.
So, the beginning of Blackfire Pass, you see a couple of rows of carts. The dwarves moves steadily up the hills, you can see that as he goes further and further on, the grass and the trees die away to black scarred land. Soil is mostly ash. The peaks themselves, they've been scorched. Any wildlife or trees or plant life, it's all been burned away, leaving just a barren husk of rows of jagged, teeth-like mountains.
Which I'm assuming this is not natural.
Very old. It may not be natural, but it seems to have happened a long time ago,
Oh,
whatever
okay.
happened here.
I just didn't know if I could keep an eye out for signs of what kind of dragon this may be.
Retconning. After we got everybody up before we talked, I would have like packed up camp and everything. You would be with our cart as well.
I just assume so.
Okay, alright, yeah. Specify.
You make a left turn and start winding up a long snake-like path. As you get closer to the peak, you start hearing that familiar harpy song playing from high up in the mountain. The dwarves look uneasy and most of them grip their axes, but it doesn't seem to have any charming effect right now. And it dies down the closer you get. You approach on a large, smooth stone path that leads up for about half a mile. At the very top of this, built into the mountain, is a huge stone door carved in it. The stone door is actually carved in the fashion of one of the similar looking mountain peaks around here, although the peak itself, you can see that the mountain goes up, and then before it even reaches the peak, there's an etching of the clouds, and the peak stretches further above that and kind of opens up into this circular pattern. And beyond that, there's stars. It's actually a bit undwarf-like how it looks. But that's not what you really notice first. What you notice first is stuck on stakes, littering the path, a couple hundred feet before the door, and going all the way up to its surface. Some of them sticking out of the stone. You can see that corpses of dwarves have been stuck on pikes, scattered and stuck up as if in some kind of warning all along the path. Dwarves mutter curses and avert their gaze. Most of them stare at the stone as they walk up, not daring to look at their brothers and sisters impaled on spikes up the path. Sam's like, what the hell happened here? Is this the work of a dragon, or what?
Are we sure we're dealing with a dragon?
Not so sure anymore. I've never heard of a dragon doing this kind of thing.
Me neither, though it is interesting that he put the bodies on display instead of experimenting on them like the others.
One of the dwarves overhears you and says, well, there was thousands of dwarves in this hold. Now, there's only, I would say 40 or 50 of them around here. I hope the rest of them are okay.
We can hope. There's only one way to be certain, though.
As you approach the massive stone door, you can see that there are lit braziers hanging down. They're massive. They're lit with flame that seems to be recently lit, and they're still burning. The stone door itself is completely shut, and as the doors pull up to it, they grumble among themselves. The Captain Urist, he says, all right, beyond this door is the main hold. There was a mechanism to get it open, but I suppose we'll just have to brute force it. Mechanism's on the inside.
Yalmar's good for that, but beforehand, how long has this dragon, or whatever beast is in here, been occupying your mountain?
We lost contact with the hold about 3 or 4 weeks ago. But, we were out on a scouting party, and when we came back, the doors were all shut and locked, and, well, there was no one here. They certainly weren't here.
Would I know of any events that may or may not have happened 3 or 4 weeks ago that might be linked to this? That wasn't Bergbress, was it? Bergbress happened just a couple weeks ago, didn't it?
No,
Progress happened like a week.
Bergbress happened about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Okay.
So he says, "Boy, Ethel, go see if you can get that door open." One of the doors hops off the cart. As he approaches, this comically small dwarf compared to the massive door, he goes up and he touches it. And then you can see immediately as he touches, like he's being electrocuted. Except his skin starts rotting, and you can hear the dwarf screaming in agony as he steps back, and you can see his hand starts turning completely back, and then turning to it mostly just melts off, leaving just dwarven bones standing there for a second,
Ooh.
and then he collapses.
Does it look like electricity?
No,
Or
looks
okay,
like dark magic.
I'm
product?
gonna try and investigate it and see if I can kind of determine what kind of spell's been placed on this door.
You can roll an Arcana check.
Alrighty. Thank you, game.
Well, you know it for at the least it's dark magic.
Yeah.
This is the kind of things they frown upon in Altdorf, the things you'll learn from hedge wizards and hags brewing potions and dark magic in their forests. Something that of great power, but also of great destruction.
Alright. Well, should I knock then?
That depends on what you mean by knock. Do you mean blow the door down?
Yeah,
Because I wouldn't recommend
mean-
touching it.
I don't want to touch that.
We could try. There is another path in.
That depends. Do we want them to know we're here?
Likely not.
The
Well,
other path is likely as dangerous, if not more so.
Tell me about this path.
yeah, let's hear this.
The other dwarves, they look around and say, "There's no other path in Karadramar." And Eurus waves his hand and says, "Shut up, you fools. There is. It's just we don't tell you little shit about them because, well, you would go exploring and then you would get lost in the caves." Alright. Around the back of this mountain, further down, there's a bit of a stream. From a cavern behind the mountain, there's a small waterfall. What you don't know is that if you dive down to the bottom under the waterfall, there's actually an opening that opens up into a small cavern. The cavern opens up into the mines under Karadramar, leads into the highway, and further below. There's a path up there, although we don't talk about it and we don't use it much.
What makes it dangerous aside from diving underneath a waterfall?
Oh. In certain spots in Karadramar, we've got big open chasms. The walls are stoned and smooth. But sometimes you can hear noises from below. Typically you've got the ghouls and the monsters and the such. Things you would expect in a cavern. Then sometimes, it's as if something's talking to itself.
You don't think this is what's taken over your caverns, whatever's talking to itself, do you?
Maybe, but I don't know. That thing's been around for years, even since I was a young lad. It was scary, and we told our children to avoid it, but it never did anything. And we blocked off the path down to the caverns from inside the keep. So, not many people know of it. We assumed you don't bother it. You don't toss a fucking stone down the cavern. We'll leave you alone. At least, that's what we thought. A couple of the Slayers went down there to explore, but none of them ever came back. Even the Slayers don't like going down there.
What do you think,
Right.
Omar?
Either way, it's gonna be dangerous, so take the direct route or we can go all the way around. I personally don't mind taking the direct route. I could blow this door down.
We could try it if it's. What do you think, dwarves? Think we
Dwarves
should
look among themselves and say, honestly, I would prefer the back entrance. Brogden says, we can't get that door open without you either way. It's really your choice.
Well,
Well, if you'll feel safer going through the back entrance, let's go.
They nod among themselves and say, alright, go. Siam picks up a stone and tosses it at the door, and you can see it disintegrate as it touches the door in a magic field. That's pretty messed up.
seems like chaos to me.
I don't think that this is a dragon anymore.
If it's a dragon, we're in for a hell of a fight.
Well, that's what we were expecting. But at least dragons don't use fucked up magic like this.
Some of them might. I mean,
Drugs.
they seem to assume it's a dragon, but if it is and it can do this, it'll be nasty. If it's not and it can do this, it'll be nasty either way.
While we were moving through Averland, because we got a good look at what a dragon can do when we were up in, when we killed that red dragon in the surrounding area, we could see visible signs. Did it look like anything like that at any point when we were moving through Averland?
It's hard to tell in the Blackfire Pass just because everything's already dead and scorched to begin with.
Yeah.
But Grenstad, you remember Erlak at the foot of the mountain where the red
Yeah, it
dragon
was just
was?
fucking destroyed.
It was absolutely wrecked, and the drakes were picking their way through it. Grenstad, people are terrified, and they seem to be getting taken away for some reason, but it was still intact.
I don't know much about dragons, Bernard, but
I'm inclined to agree that it's not a dragon, but all I'm saying is if it is a dragon and it can do this, we're in for a much hairier fight than just a regular dragon. Just something to think about.
oh, this is gonna be entertaining.
Though it could be a demon.
I'm leaning towards demon.
Oh god, not another one.
Better have some fucking gold.
Well, I'd imagine most of that likely belongs to the dwarves.
True. Damn it.
But
One-
if
Purist
fabling's a
eyes
fable-
you and he says, hey, but, you know, starting to get a bad feeling. I'm not sure how many of those dwarves are actually left.
I was thinking the same thing, though I didn't want to voice it.
Alright, lad. Dwarves can face the music.
I get
Especially
the
when it's something
feeling
nasty
if
like
they're
this.
going to be experimenting on things, we may run into some of your friends.
Shakes his
Though,
head. Aye, killing them will be a mercy.
after what I've seen, that's entirely likely. I think your friends out front probably got the lucky end of the draw.
You path your way around the mountain. It's hard going, and at some point the dwarves have to actually abandon their carts and move it on foot. It's hard walking, passing through the mountain. Every now and then you'll again hear the harpies song. You may be familiar with harpies, Yalmar and Bernard. You've actually back in Bretonia, you had a run-in with harpies outside of Hag's Cave. These sound like harpies, but they're distorted. The voices are deeper. It's more gurgling than singing. Eventually, you make your way down. You find a small stream where the dwarves refill their water skins. And then you start heading upstream. Surrounded by jagged rocks and rows of basically small very sharp boulders. There's a waterfall coming off of the side of the mountain, actually fairly small. This is a very secluded area. Kind of makes a small circle in a kind of like a valley almost. Peak, you can't even see it as you look up. The clouds are obscuring it. Eurus comes up to the side of the waterfall and says, "All right, lads, take off your heavy armors. You know how this goes."
Actually, wait a minute. I'll go check out the route first.
You're gonna go first.
Yeah, I'm at home in the water.
And I just dive in.
Alright. Make a athletics check.
Dive
Yeah. You're a fish. So
Yep. Remember, I have a swim speed of 30 feet, and I breathe underwater.
yeah, it's bullshit.
It's
You-
awesome.
You also get an ability if you continue going barbarian where everybody else would fucking be able to breathe underwater too. It's fucking wild.
No, they only get the lightning damage.
Are you sure? I remember
Yeah.
reading something like that.
No. It's just the resistance. It says your party members inside your aura gain the resistance that you got with Storm Soul. So they don't get the water breathing, the swim.
Okay. So
Yeah, I went
Yomar,
back and looked at it
you-
also.
you dive in. It doesn't take you long actually at the bottom of the small little pond. You swimming down, you expect to find the bottom, but eventually there's a large drop off that goes down into a dark cave. You actually take a minute. It's hard swimming. But as you start swimming, you start feeling this pressure pulling you down, and eventually you can basically stop swimming and just be carried along by the current. Till eventually you drop into a massive spire of water that seems to be coming out of the roof of a cavern. You drop probably 300 or 400 feet before splashing down along with a waterfall into a large underground lake.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting back up.
No. Looking around, you have dark vision, don't you?
Yeah.
Looking around, you can see that it's a very large circular area. There's a couple of natural stone paths going over the lake. However, for the most part, the room is mostly dominated by water. There's a small stone path making a circle around it, and you can see there's a cave. Very small, probably only would fit one person going through at a time. However, it's a crack in the wall that leads out to somewhere further in the cavern.
Alright, well, I'm gonna aim upwards and send a fucking lightning strike up through the waterfall, and hopefully it reaches outside of that hole that I went through and up if they see it. Yes.
I can't imagine lightning working like that, but
To
sure.
interpret it however they interpret it.
Alright. I mean, make a magic attack, I guess? Or a regular attack or something?
Well, I can just if I'll spend a rage. I can do it automatically if I'm raged. If I'm raging, it's just the it's the
raging
lightning.
would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, so I'll just rage real quick and then send that lightning strike upwards.
Right, so Bernard you wait a couple of minutes, eventually lightning shoots up from the water. I think you're the first person to ever see something like that happen, where it actually just juts up and then streaks across a piece of stone nearby and leaves a scorch mark on the stone. And the water bubbles and shifts, but then it settles down after a second. The dwarves are just speechless, and Cyan's just rubbing the back of his neck. Another day
Well,
at work.
If lightning struck the water with him in it, I think it's safe to assume Hjalmar's dead.
You guys just want to leave? I mean, We don't have to
Sup-
go in.
It's up to them to interpret this however they take it.
So, Yurik, how exactly do we get down here now? I've
Well-
got some rope we can tie off to each other to make sure we all get through. I've got 50
Actually-
feet.
I only heard a story of it. Just swim in and you end up in the caverns. I don't really understand or know how.
Right. Well, I've got 50 feet of rope, so... Moors, Renee... Get over here. You too, Siam.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, I'm not.
Morgana's gonna get wet.
Here, put her in my bag. She'll be safe there.
Oh, right. Yeah, just shove that shit in there. And you know, it's comically this little bag, and Moore's just shoving his fucking 7-foot Ganon in it. Oh god.
I'll
Well,
tie
this
the
is going to be a unique
rope around
experience.
each of us. Yes, synchronized swimming.
Oh god. I am like, you know, this reminds me of a funny story once Jock told me. How they were swimming through a dwarf cavern before and almost drowned before getting picked up by a dwarf in a stone boat. Still not sure how that works.
Good times.
So you tie up all of them. The dwarves look at among each other and say, "Yeah, I'm not doing that. But if you want to go first, we'll be right after you."
Well, don't be too long, and I'll motion to the rest. Time to head in.
Oh my god. Is it cold?
Oh, it's in a cavern. It's more than likely freezing.
Oh god. Okay. So, you doing it?
Yep.
All right, make a athletics check.
19, not bad.
That
See,
makes
the
me
reason I tied the
athletic.
rope was because I thought I was going to do poorly and I could piggyback off of someone else.
So, Siam rolled a 1.
Fucking hell.
Renee rolled a 1.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Moores rolled a 9.
What the fuck?
Wow. You're just gonna be bringing, like, they're gonna be swimming so awkwardly that you're gonna be like pulling, and they're gonna be almost like doggy paddling the opposite way.
Yeah. You jump in, right? And you kind of almost forcefully pull the rest of your party in. You even hear Renee going, "Wait, I'm not ready." And you start swimming down, Bernard, and you're focused and you're swimming straight down, but you can see Renee and Moores are like starting to panic already. Or Renee and Siam. You push further down until eventually feel it. You look behind you and you can see as you make it down, you find the drop off. You head down into the dark pit, and then you can start feeling the water current start to pull you. However, you look behind you and you can see Siam and Renee. They start getting pulled a different way, as if in another current. And as they're holding onto the rope and you're trying to swim down, you see the rope snap for the two of them. And while they're still tied to each other, they're pulled into a different cavern and sucked into a current out of sight.
Shit.
Moores looks at this and he starts panicking too and starts trying to swim down with you. And as you just begin to run out of air, find yourself in the large spire of water and drop the 400 feet down into the still lake. Luckily, it's deep enough, but by the time you finally pull yourself to the surface, you're gasping for air and almost unconscious. Siam and Renee do not join you.
We're in the same cavern as Yomar.
Should be. He's still there.
Yeah, I'm kind of just hanging out, splashing around in the water a little bit, and I see them come down.
Oh, trying to make it to some land.
I don't see Siam and Renee, right?
No.
I'm gonna swim down into the water and look around.
You look around and there's a few strange looking fish down here. However, There's no Siam and Renee, and also because of your excellent vision underwater, there really isn't any giant monsters like you'd expect in this kind of situation. No tentacled freaks or giant sharks, just strange-looking fish.
Or naked elves.
Oh god. One random naked elf just
Handing out
hitting around in
swords.
the water. So I don't see them at all.
Nope.
Like as in they didn't go down the waterfall and fall down here.
They
They're
did
likely
not
in a
fall.
different cavern.
There is a huge spire of water coming out of the ceiling of this cavern. They did not come down that spire. You
I'm
could
gonna
watch
s-
Bernard fall for 400 feet down the spire.
I'm gonna swim back up and join Bernard and Moore's on land.
Yeah, Bernard, the closest land is seems to be a naturally formed bridge of stone that stretches like very thinly across the lake.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Claw your way
pull
over there.
myself
Moore's pulled himself up and he's gasping for air and
I'll
says,
untie us and hand Moore's gun back.
"Oh God, oh I'm gonna be," bleh," and starts puking over the side of the bridge into the water.
Siam and Moore, or Siam and Renee rather, got pulled into a different cavern. Well, I hope it's a different cavern. They kept going. They didn't come down.
Yeah, they're probably dead.
Oh, it's likely.
Rip.
Yeah, I didn't see them underneath the water, so
We'll have.
Siam owes me 10,000 gold.
Well, we don't know if he's down yet. Anyways,
Siam owes me 10,000 gold.
we should wait a moment for the dwarves, and if they don't show up, I can only assume they're with Siam and Renee.
Oh boy.
You do
So-
wait a couple of minutes, and fortunately enough, at least one dwarf made it through, where you see the flailing form of Urist gripping onto his mail armor, and his hammer starts flailing around. The hammer actually flies by and almost cracks the stone next to you, Bernard, as you're sitting on the platform.
I want to catch it. I want to catch it.
Catch it. Make a athletics check. 13. Make a fucking roll. Yeah, as it almost slams into Bernard, you reach out and grab it by the pommel.
Whoa. Raining hammers.
It's also
and
raining
dwarves, apparently.
meatballs as Eurus slams into the water, and takes him a long moment before he reaches the air and just, "Ah, the fuck, what the fuck? That
What's the rest of your
fucking-
retinue?
I went in first, but I don't know. They should have been right behind me.
They're likely with the rest of ours. They kept going straight. Hopefully, there's another cavern down the way for them to shoot out into.
Fuck, it's fucking cold.
Yes, it is.
Here, you drop this.
Oh, thanks, lad. Oh, God. Okay.
Well, I
goes
can
on.
honestly say that maybe blowing down that front door might have been the better option.
Well, whatever happens, happens.
It's too late now. No going back.
Nope.
As Eurus dons his armor again, make a perception roll.
Nope.
Man, Bernard, that's like 2 fucking ones already.
Oh, it's all that fucking foreskin talk.
I'm helping Eurus to get his armor back on.
Wow. Yeah, Eurus puts his armor on, but Yelmar, as you're standing around, Bernard's, laid out, watching the water spire. You start hearing, very faintly at first, you hear voices. They sound very grating. It's almost painful to your ears, and seems to wiggle its way inside your mind as if what you're hearing and what you're feeling is kind of the same. It's as if someone's talking verbally and psychically at the same time.
I don't like this.
What are they saying?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Norskin, and carpenter's tool.
Bernard, what languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, and Infernal.
Yeah. Bernard, Yalmar, you can't understand it. It's like a chirping gibberish in your ear. And as it gets closer, you can hear two of them. As it gets closer, it's almost like a psychic scream in your ear as this conversation goes on. It is almost painful to listen to, and you know that it's getting closer from the cavern, the little thin chasm that you saw before.
I'm gonna walk back to Bernard and say,
We're not alone. Something's coming and it's freeing. I don't understand it. It's just
Where are they coming from? Can you tell?
can I tell?
Oh yeah, it's coming from that chasm over there. It's like it's getting closer.
Yeah, Bernard, as
Sounds like
he
it's two
points
of
it
them.
out, you can listen and you can start hearing it too. It's just this constant psychic chatter that is also being spoken verbally, and the mixture of it just gives you a headache.
I'm assuming this is not Infernal.
It is not.
I can't tell if they're trying to do anything to our minds, like read it or anything, are they?
It's almost like you're listening into an alien conversation.
Think we should go check it out?
Why?
Well... are there
Whatever
any
it
other
is
ways
coming
out of
right
here?
to us.
Well, I say we let it come to us.
Fair
Why
enough.
would we go to it?
Maybe it's not hostile.
You're hearing what it sounds like, right?
Yeah, good one, Bernard.
That doesn't sound friendly.
Well, only one way to find out.
All right.
But we
Lead.
can let it come to us if you'd like.
Now lead the way.
Alright. I'll start heading towards the noise.
I will follow.
Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Wrecked.
Before we do, though, I will also reach out telepathically and try to talk to them in Common, Elvish, and Infernal. To see if any of those click.
What does that sound like?
Zinch noises.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Different
chirp,
chirping.
plan, chirp, all planned. Chirp,
Keck,
planning.
Keck, 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 keck.
Make a wisdom saving throw and a arcana roll.
A wisdom saving throw and an arcana. So wisdom saving throw is coming up first. 16 arcana rolls coming up second. 22.
Wow,
Alright.
those are actually like your first good rolls of job.
You reach out, and Yalmar, as Bernard is walking, you can hear the psychic chatter immediately stop. What do you say?
Hello. Who is out here on this fine afternoon?
One of the voices in Elvish, a very old dialect and a strange intonation that you're not familiar with, says, "Who are you?"
Ah, you speak an older version of Elvish, so forgive me if I'm not entirely up to speed. I'm Bernard Tarrington. I come here trying to figure out what's inhabiting this mountain now that the dwarves are all gone, from what I assume.
Dwarves are still here. Not the same. Where are you?
Here, I'll keep walking forward. Tell me.
After a few moments, I'll post a picture in the group chat for your happy reference.
And I'll
Two floating monsters appear.
Oh boy.
They float out
Oops.
a couple of feet apart as you approach the crevice, and as you finally reach the end of the still lake, you can watch them there. Not very large, however, they float around unnaturally, and their eyes from their tentacles whip around and stare at you all.
Oh, you're
Eurus in the
very
back
interesting
grips his
looking.
axe or his hammer.
Yeah, Yelmar's a bit unsettled by the look of them as well, and he has his axe in hand.
So what's happened to the dwarves? Something's moved in and messed with them, haven't they?
Our master forbids us from looking. We always look. We see. But he says do not look.
Is your
Very
mas-
dangerous.
Is your master what's experimenting on the dwarves?
The master is the master of the caverns.
Oh,
The dwarves fear us.
is that so?
Yes.
Many things.
You look particularly delicious.
Well, many things fear me too. On the outside world, I've conquered countries. I like a bit of experimentation myself, you see. I am rather interested in those creatures you've been creating. I create creatures myself.
They strangely look around and say, Master creates us.
Truly. I've created many things in my times. I've turned little imp-like creatures into great, almost dragon-like creatures. Breathes fire. A little slime turned it large enough to envelop a whole country underneath its weight. I think I could have a good conversation with your master, exchange notes.
They one of their eyeball tentacles, they kind of look at each other while still looking at you. Make a persuasion roll.
Not terrible. Could be better.
They look between themselves and say, You wish to speak with him?
Perhaps. I'm looking for my companions first, though. They got swept up in the current up ahead. I'll gesture to the geyser coming out of the ceiling. Not sure where they went to.
Oh. Many caverns. Massive, stretched for miles. Your friend's probably dead.
Maybe, but I'd at least like their remains.
First you speak with a master.
I'll relay some of this back to Hjalmar. What do you think?
What are these things?
What do you call yourselves?
We have no names. But our master, he is the beholder.
I see. How interesting.
We are his children. Make us from himself. He's been here before the dwarves ever came. Yours in the back says, That's a damned lie if I ever heard one. We've been here for forever.
Well,
Yes,
I'm sure
forever, but
many
not
creatures
longer than us.
co-inhabit this mountain. Tell me, what do you eat down here, or do you even eat?
We eat flesh.
I eat flesh too, just not from human creatures, you see. I think we are.
Are we all
Going to-
speaking in common now?
So when Bernard's speaking and when the creatures are speaking, it's in an old Elven dialect.
I think we need to deliberate a bit over a bit of lunch. And we'll get back to you with a definitive answer. In the meantime,
They just
Do you
float
drink?
there looking at you.
do you drink alcohol?
What?
The dwarves have much of it.
You're not planning on giving away my alcohol, are you, lad?
Of course not. I've got alcohol of my own.
Oh, you mean? And one of them lifts a tentacle up and actually beams something onto the stone, and when you look down, it's actually a huge flank of raw meat just kind of appears magically on the ground. Like that?
Yes.
We can make whatever we wish.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Why are they making meat?
I'm not sure yet. We'll get to that. So, Hjalmar, they want us to meet their master. Their master seems to be what's experimenting on the dwarves.
They say that's what's experimenting on the dwarves, or
Oh, yes.
oh,
It created them as well.
oh. So it's not a dragon.
No. I'd imagine it's something akin to what they are. So, you, tiny beholders, if that's what we'll call you for now, if your master's a beholder,
They just float around in their space, staring at you with their unnerving eyes flapping around on their tentacles.
in our culture, when we make agreements, we have a toast for these things. I'll pull out my flask, take a, and I'll take a sip from it myself, and then extend it over to them.
Are you sure you want to do that?
No, no. No, this
Oh.
is a bad idea.
One of the
Oh.
spectators begins floating up and, well, that's what they're called in the book, spectators.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start saying it because fuck it. He floats up and looks at your flask, and he gets very unnervingly close, and you can smell it, and it smells like rotten meat and death.
Oh,
Gets
that
close.
he does not smell good.
And
You
his
know-
tongue flails out and looks at you and says, "Is it good?"
It seems like it's expired, actually. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. We'll get something once we meet your master.
I kind of want to try.
I've got more. I'll have to go and fetch it, though, you understand.
You must, you must. We'll tell the master about it.
Yes, we should. Anyways, why don't you show us where he resides?
Follow. Stay close. The two floating creatures disappear into the chasm.
I guess we're going to meet the master.
Iris looks at you and he says, "How the hell do you speak to those things?"
They speak Elvish.
Oh, is that what that was? Thought it sounded like hogwash.
I'm gonna turn to Eurus and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna warn you now. Get into some crazy shit. And then I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna do like that hand blocking my mouth but point at Bernard. And it's all his fault.
He just looks at you and then looks at Bernard and says, "You know, I was prepared to fight dragons today. I can't tell if this is worse or not."
It's probably worse.
Oh yeah, it's real worse, buddy. You're fucked. We're all fucked.
Oh, fuck.
Well, at least we have our diplomat. Did it say anything about the others?
All it said is they're likely dead. All we can hope for is to keep an eye out for other caverns along the way. Keep an ear out.
Siam owes me 10,000 gold.
We'll worry about that once we're out of here.
Alright. So we're following him.
For now, I'd at least like to know where this master is so we don't wander upon him when we're looking for our friends.
I think we're gonna find our friends with him. But, alright,
Maybe.
you're the diplomat. Lead the way.
All right. I'll follow the spectators.
Okay.
I follow the Bernard.
Mors follows the Yalmar, and Eurus cries.
Yep, it's
Cries
all
dwarven
internal right
tears.
now. All internal
Oh.
crying.
Oh boy.
While we're
You,
moving, I'm keeping eyes and ears out for
Yes, no,
any
so am
sounds
I.
of Siam or Renee.
Yeah, I am as well.
all right. Unfortunately though, not really a lot to see or hear around here.
I was afraid of
As you
that.
follow behind the spectators, you pass between the chasm and it opens up into a large maze-like series of caves. It's almost hard to follow along as they pick up speed. You eventually have to start running behind them to keep up with them. Eventually, they whip around a corner and you find a long series. It's a crudely carved cavern. However, along it are torches of blue. You can tell that these aren't naturally lit, Bernard. They seem to be of fire, magical fire. And the spectators slow down and pause at the entrance as if they themselves are hesitating to pass. But then they slowly start drifting down the hallway towards a relatively small opening that goes into another large circular room. They stop at the small opening, and both of them on either side say, "The Master knows you are coming. He will see you now."
Tell us what your master's like before we enter, so we know what to expect. I don't know much about you people, but I wouldn't want to offend him, you see.
If he doesn't like you, he'll eat you.
Fair enough. It's normally what I do with people I don't like as well, so I think we'll get along fine. Well, Hjalmar,
Or is it like, can I just stay out here?
I'd really like it if you came with us.
Fuck.
What do you think?
Alright.
What do you think, Hjalmar?
I don't know what you're saying to them.
The
So-
master lies beyond, and, well, if he doesn't like us, he'll eat us.
Oh boy. Let's get it over with.
Let's do this.
Step into
Hell.
Bernard, it strikes you almost as a kind of reminds you of the college in a way, where the room immediately becomes smooth and almost decorated by some kind of strange patterns on the walls. It reminds you of like a madhouse scrawling on the walls, someone gone insane. However, there seem to be some kind of strange pattern to it all. The room opens up into a large circle where it then drops down into another small circle. It's like a... see if I can draw it to make it more sense. Long hallway.
Can I recognize any of the writing? Like, is it in a familiar language?
Try history.
Alright. 16?
Bernard, it strikes you as some kind of... you can almost pick out pieces of Elvish in it, but it seems to be even older than Elvish. Seems to be something from before the creation of the world. There's small tidbits of magical spells that you're familiar with. Pieces of history that you can't really make out, things that happened before writing was even conceived. Down below, you can see in a large circular pit of stone, there seems to be stone tables and more etchings on the wall. And in the center of it, I'll put it in the group chat,
Yeah.
it's a very ancient looking being.
Yeah.
Its skin is browned and rotting. Its mouth hangs open slightly as it floats around. You can see its tentacled eyeballs. The eyes are yellow and flicker around erratically as it kind of hovers in space. And as you come in, a couple of the tentacles look back and look at you as you come in and stand atop, looking down into the stone circle. Doesn't say anything to you.
I'll give it a deep bow and say, Bernard Tarrington, you must be the beholder that our good friends have been telling us all about. You seem to have a keen mind for experimentation. I share a similar mind. I wouldn't mind having a chat with you if you wouldn't mind. Perhaps we can compare notes. I see you've got ancient dialects scrawled along the walls. You must have been here for a very long time.
Creature slowly begins to turn, and you finally get a full view of its face, where its eyeball is completely glazed over. It strikes you as if a man blind. It floats up to your level from the stone circle pit below, and he just floats and hovers in space as he looks at you and says, "You, I have felt you are coming. You remind me of him.
Who is he?
The schemer, the
Ah,
bird god.
well, that does make sense.
This world has been very interesting as of late. Ever since that portal let those foolish gods in. You humans, you dwarves, you elves, you scurry among them as they play with you. It is amusing.
Indeed. Yes.
Why have you come here?
Well, I am interested in your experiments, to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't mind making some amalgamations myself.
Call my children amalgamations.
Not the children, the harpy beasts you sent towards the village. Unless you consider them your children as well, I suppose.
You are bacon. I rule these caverns, while the dwarves rule above. I let them live merely because they keep other things out, and it seems they have failed in that regard.
Did something else get in to kill the dwarves then?
I have not felt their presence in some days.
And this...
There is a blackness above.
So, you didn't kill the dwarves? Do you know what did?
Roll persuasion.
Alright. Fuck my
Oh,
life.
wow.
As he slowly begins floating closer and closer towards you, he gets almost right into your face, and finally you get the full scope of this thing's size. It is huge. It's like 6 or 7 Yalmars clumped together in a pack of meat. Eurus and Moors are standing way back against the wall as you stand at the path.
Quick
He
question. They still speaking in Elven?
Yeah.
Okay.
Says, "You come into my domain. Think you can question a god such as I?"
Not trying to question or offend, I'm just... You said the dwarves are keeping out other creatures. Well, if there's other creatures in here, I wouldn't mind clearing them out for you.
Dwarves have fallen. Things like you, weak, greedy, selfish creatures, come for their prizes and their glittering objects.
Oh, I don't seek a prize.
You are a treasure hunter, coming to plunder, and more will come. You will take out treasures. You will tell others what you have found, and more will come to disturb my home. I do not think I should allow that.
Well, I'm not looking for treasures. I actually would make a deal with you for this information. I would give you treasures in return for it. I don't seek to take from the mountain, only to, well, find out the fate of the dwarves, and I'll hold up the bag of warpstone and say, surely we can come to some arrangement.
Contain shards of war's leave.
Yes.
Guessing. Seems that the trickster god has been very busy as of late. Wish to know the fate of the dwarves.
Indeed. That is why I'm here, after all.
Their hold lies beyond the door behind me, but I shall not let you pass.
Why is that?
Gets right up close to you. I don't like you. I do not like your foolish kind. One of the tentacles actually blows over to you, Yamar. Stares at you in the face. This one is not of this world at all. Bring death with you.
What is he saying?
He doesn't like us, Yalmar.
What does that mean?
Well, according to the spectators, he might want to eat us.
Tell him
Yalmar,
dwarves aren't tasty. Tell him dwarves aren't tasty.
Yalmar
My
visibly tenses up and is assuming a stance, not exactly threatening, but more of like a prepared
Bernard will
stance.
chuckle and look at the beholder and say, "My friend says dwarves aren't very tasty."
That is a lie.
I just thought I'd pass along the message.
And then he closes his whited out eye and floats in the middle of the air for a second. And then his eye opens up again and says, "There is one thing.
What is that?
One of the dwarves, long ago, when this fortress long suffered the siege of the rats, he fled from his people and came by me when I was unaware, fled into the cavern. There he still lives, creates objects, and attacks my children as they go about their business. You wish to enter the fortress?
I do.
Bring me.
Where is this dwarf at?
He hides among the caverns. My children seek him out, but he always manages to hide or drive them away.
Do you know where he was last spotted?
Far, far into the depths, where even my children are loath to go.
Well, I'll discuss.
You bring him to me, so that I may feast on him, and I will let you pass.
Very well. We'll go and look for him then.
Beware. Some of my children have also left me behind in those caverns. They have long lost any sense. They will try to kill you. Other things besides waiting for you.
Very well. Yalmar, Moors, let's head back the way we came from.
Yeah, let's.
As you try to leave, Bernard, you hear it. He doesn't actually speak at this time. It's more just in your head. It says, "Should you return, fail, you will be next."
Right. We need to get somewhere private.
So you depart. The two spectators stand at the stone doorway and watch as you head down the blue torched hallway down into the caverns.
Bernard, what was that?
Well, he wants us to look for a dwarf, it seems. I'll turn to Yurik. He seems to think a dwarf. Did I remember if this... Did he say that this was like the leader of the dwarves, or just
He
a
said-
dwarf?
He said a dwarf, during one of the attacks with the Skaven, ran away into
That's right.
the caverns and has been apparently hiding out ever since.
I'll turn to Yurik and say, he said a dwarf fled when the Skaven attacked you, and is hiding out in these caverns, tinkering on things.
Bloody hell. The
Do you-
last Skaven attack we had was 25 years ago. No dwarf could survive down here for so long by himself.
He seems to think that one is. He wants us to bring it to him so he can feast on it. He'll let us
What?
pass.
Bring it to him for what?
So he can eat it. I don't intend to do this. I just needed a break to converse with you. You understand?
I'm not handing over a dwarf to that thing.
Well, I didn't plan on it. We couldn't very well talk about it in there, could we?
Thing scares the shits out of me.
Yes.
I don't wanna...
I don't think we should work with that thing, Bernard.
Oh, I don't either. I just needed a breather. So we can discuss our plan of action. If we attack...
Right. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna go change my clothes real quick.
If we attack it in there, its children are going to come in with us and start attacking us from behind. That will be very detrimental for us.
Find the others of our party.
The longer I'm in here, the more I get the feeling that they may be behind that other door.
I don't know about that, Latin. There's no entrance into the cavern to the fort besides that one, and that's been long sealed by magic.
Very well. Perhaps
Or
we should
runes.
explore the caverns then. Maybe keep an eye out for this dwarf. Keep an eye out for our friends. Get them together. Maybe we can pull something.
Know about that entrance. Know about other places that it might have deposited the rest of our party.
I'm talking to
Ulrich.
Yalric, yeah.
Well, these caverns are huge. I imagine if it dumped them out anywhere, they're around somewhere. But hells if I've never been down here before, and no wonder. Of course they steal the door with that fucking thing around.
Yes, and the worst of it is he claims he didn't have anything to do with the dwarf's demise.
What?
So there's something else in there.
Something even worse than that thing.
Yes.
Jeez. What a nightmare.
You don't think it is Skaven, do you?
No. Skaven wouldn't do such a thing. They'd eat the dwarves. And besides, I've never known a Skaven that could cast a spell like the one they did on the front door.
Fair enough. Right.
I didn't know what it was that has done this.
It just said a black presence. I don't know what that means.
Oh. Well,
We need to
If
regroup
it-
either way. If we're going
yes.
breach our way.
thinks that we're looking for that dwarf, then
It'll buy us
maybe
some
we
time.
should go look for our friends.
The dwarf may be a valuable companion as well if he's been surviving against them for 25 years.
I'd like to shake his goddamn hand.
I wouldn't mind some advice against these creatures myself. If they can beam up food in an instant like that, I'd hate to see what else they can do with those eyes.
I didn't like the way he was looking at me.
He didn't like you very much. Right.
Alright, let's get going.
Hit the ground. Let's try to find our friends and that dwarf. Friends first, preferably.
Yes.
We have a whole retinue of dwarves and Siam and Renee to look for.
So, roll survival checks.
I think that's a -1.
Oh wait, I actually have a +6.
Oh,
in
that's
that.
+1. Never mind. It's investigation. It's -1.
19.
21.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm
Wow,
sitting
Bernard,
psychic
you
fucking.
are-
I'm like goddamn Echo the Dolphin in here.
You're clutching right now. Bernard, you stand and, the first thing you come to is a crossroads where you look up and say, I have no memory of this place. And then you reach out and try with your magical power to try to sense your friends. It takes you a long moment, but as you think and focus, you can begin picking up the small trace of energy, the small magical bit of power that Renee puts out. If she were dead, you wouldn't be able to feel this, so that's a good sign at least. They're further into the cavern. They seem to have been dropped off into a level lower than you. From where you are, there only seems to be one path leading down.
There doesn't seem to be, or there's only one path.
There's one path
Okay.
from your... Everything else is either flat or leading up, but there's one path leading down.
Right. They seem to be below us. I can still sense Renee around somewhere down there.
The caverns stretch around and are almost like a labyrinth, but Bernard, using this sense, you kind of make your way around. Moores, the entire time, bitches how he can't see anything.
I'm gonna tie off a rope to Moore's wrist. I'm just gonna hold on to it and lead him like a dog on a leash.
Oh, this is... Oh, God. You're never going to tell anybody about this.
Only
Who would I
alive.
tell?
I don't know, the giant fucking eye monster. I bet he'll get a good laugh out of it.
Before or after he eats you?
Well, he seemed to like you the best. He was all out there sniffing you, Bernard.
Yes, he did seem to have a crush on me.
Or likely just crush you.
Well, I've crushed larger than he.
But one with so many eyes.
That's what we
One
have Hjalmar
is-
here for. Its flesh is already falling apart. He could easily chop him off.
I don't know, that thing didn't seem like what we fought before.
Well, we're going to have to fight it unless we're going to hand over a dwarf.
Well, no, we're gonna fight it, but I'm not saying that I don't think this is gonna be as easy as chopping. Trust me, I wish it was.
Perhaps not, but... Well, we'll just have to keep trucking through.
I personally, I want to fight a dragon. That thing is fucking spooky.
I think we chose the one place where there's not a dragon, Hjalmar.
It's true, you did.
Should have fucking
You had
ran
three
down that-
options.
ran down that Bretonian.
That Bretonian's not killing a dragon, don't worry.
No, not gonna make it there. Those woods,
Or wait, I wouldn't. Never mind. Yeah, I redact that statement.
Either way, Bretonians, they're all talk. The lady might. I don't know much about her from what you've told me, but I
Well, she
think
had some kind of strong-looking guys. I don't know. They looked.
dragons are rather strong themselves, and a black dragon? I mean, reds were powerful. I don't know much about the other colors, but
Well, I can assume that a black dragon doesn't mean gonna be pleasant.
no.
Maybe we should have found a book on dragons or some shit before we decided to do this.
Yes, maybe I could have gone and shaken hands with old Balthazar, asked him for a book.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Me neither.
Takes an hour or two of trekking before you finally make your way down into a smaller series of caverns. You head further down and it seems to get colder and colder and the walls almost feel like ice. As you follow the trail to Renee Bernard, you get a strange sense of power looming around. Both of you make perception checks.
Nope.
See a wall.
Yeah. You One second. You're moving through the cavern and you come across a small slit in the stone. You would have to turn sideways and push very hard to get through it. However, as you're peering through it, Bernard, you get the sense that Renee's path is leading you that way. As you push through, you can see at the other end of it, there seems to be some kind of demon chained to the wall.
Chained to the wall?
Yes, its head is down, and there's a strange magical circle behind it where its arms and legs have almost kind of been impaled with these chains that stretch into the stone. You can make out something that looks like dwarven runes stretch around the circle, and as you come up, you try to approach it or get a closer look at it stealthily, but its head raises.
Can I tell what affiliation this demon would have? Like which god it may be from?
It strikes you as a Slaneshi demon.
Hmm.
It's got, pinkish purplish skin, and it has strikingly human features. However, it's completely nude and it doesn't have any reproductive parts. Its proportions are unnatural. Its arms are thick with muscle, but its body is that of like a chiseled statue. Its hair, when you look at it, seems to be very thick, almost like small strands of rope that kind of just move back and forth, and it looks up at you and begins speaking infernal towards you. More.
I'll speak back. Those are dwarven runes. You don't strike me as a dwarf.
Speak my language.
Indeed.
Who are you?
Bernard Tarrington at your service. So, you must have seen a dwarf around here lately if there are runes behind you.
Yes. Little Reg. Crafty one.
Did he summon you?
No. I have been down here for a long time. But tricked me 15 years ago, led me in here, chained me to this damned wall. Would you be so kind as to release me?
The last time I released a demon from a cage, I had to track it down and kill it. It was
Well.
Nurgle, though. It was a bit different.
My master, I am of Slanesh.
Oh, I know a few Slaaneshians myself.
Speak
More of
my
a-
language. Who do you serve?
I'm more of a planner myself.
Oh. Pity. You look like you would suffer greatly under Slanesh's rule.
Perhaps.
Yes, he would make you squeal with pleasure and pain.
I'm a bit craftier than that. I reckon I may be making you squeal if I had my say.
Sure, I wouldn't enjoy it.
Likely not. Not many people have enjoyed my experimentations. Tell
What?
me though, you said more. Where are my friends at?
Dwarf found them already.
Where'd he go
He's
to?
likely cooking them for food.
Wait, the dwarf?
You do strange things in these caverns, my friend.
Where do you think he went to?
If only I knew. If only I would tell you. Perhaps, maybe I could.
Right, if I unchain you, you surely wouldn't attack us if I did that.
I could take you to him. But then the dwarf would be mine. Your friends you can have.
I'm afraid the
want
dwarf
him.
may be promised to someone else already.
Oh. You mean the eyeballed one.
I do.
Hates me.
He's not too fond of me either.
He sits in his room and does experiments all day. He used to take demons and test his creation. He is a cruel, cruel god.
Well, had we been under different circumstances, I may consider letting you free, but I have impressions to keep up around these people if I am to get my way in things, so I'm afraid I must bid you adieu.
What is with you and talking to fucked up looking things?
Oh, it's a habit I picked up back at the university. Or College of Outdoor, rather.
Well, say anything helpful?
The dwarf appears to be cooking our friends right now.
The chained
Great.
demon looks to you, Yalmar, and begins speaking common. You there.
What the fuck?
Re- Release me from these chains and I will give you what you seek.
What do you think I seek?
The dwarf and your friends, do you not?
Wrong. I'm gonna fucking chop its head off.
Uh-oh.
Well, go ahead and make a attack roll with advantage.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, I shouldn't have made you roll with advantage. Damn it. Alright. That hits. Go ahead and make damage.
I do 2 chops?
Yeah, I guess so.
Still advantage, or do you want me to roll the second one just regular?
He's restrained. Can't do anything about it.
Okay.
What a shame I had to be with a dwarf. Because I'd have set him free.
32 damage.
You walk up and you slash at him with your axe. He tries to move and, avoid the direct blow to his neck, but you chop into his chest and his arm. Body is actually surprisingly resistant. Screams out in pain as you chop him, but, as you do it, it almost sounds like screams of pleasure at the same time.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh,
you are fucking weird. Bernard,
Lanesh is watching.
do we need to keep this thing alive?
I
Really?
don't... Can I
Lanesh
still...
sees what you do. He likes it.
Shut up.
Can I still sense where Renee is?
Sure.
I
In
don't...
this area, there's across from the demon, there seems to be a small stone door that seems fairly recent.
I don't think we need him, but if the dwarf is indeed cooking our friends, we may want to make haste, Hjalmar.
Alright,
And you might give it an orgasm if you continue.
uh,
No. Continue. Please.
no. For the first time, I don't want to kill something.
I'm gonna fucking walk away.
Lanesh is watching.
Fuck
I can
Slanesh.
feel it.
No,
Yes.
you can't.
No.
You're
You
chained,
have the
you're
right
chained to a
idea.
wall.
Hjalmar, you're just making it worse.
You don't feel anything. You're chained to a wall. Shut up.
One day, even if it's 1,000 years from now, I'll come find you to finish what you started. Remember that, Yalmar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it game on. Game on.
And I'm gonna fucking rage and just fucking hack and slash.
I'm not gonna make you roll damages for it, but
Yeah, no, he's getting fucking obliterated. I don't care how long it takes. I'm just...
Oh, God.
a cacophony of blood, screams, and pleasurable screams fill the caverns for about a minute. Takes a while, a bit longer than you wanted. More time than you wanted and less time than you hoped. And eventually you basically cut this thing into bits off the wall. The runes around it begin fading as its corpse slumps off the wall onto the floor.
Don't those things return to the warp once they're killed, Hjalmar?
Oh, no. I saw a lot of things when I was in the warp, but
I'm just saying, if it was chained up here, don't you think it would have been more beneficial if it's going to hunt you down to leave it chained up here? Now it's free. Well, free in the warp, but it may come back.
whoa. Let's not open warp portals.
No promises.
Oh. That thing was fucking weird, Bernard.
It was.
I don't feel
good about it.
I don't feel good. I feel used.
Yalmar, you're gonna wake up one morning and that thing's gonna be standing over your bed. And then it's gonna fuck you.
It didn't have a dick, okay?
Well,
Don't
then how
you
does
know
it
how
fuck?
Slanesh? It'll grow one if it needs to.
Let's go.
So. Jurist, he hasn't been saying anything this whole time, so he just goes over to the stone door and pushes it open and looks down below. However, as he pushes it open, he almost falls straight forward because it's actually just a sheer cliff going straight down into another chasm. And below is completely dark. Even with your dark vision, you still can't see beyond the black curtain that is below you.
Is that where
Sure.
we need to go?
Is it?
It seems to be that way.
Yes, it looks like it is, but how?
Well, on the plus side, I think I can see a little bit of water running down on the other side of the wall. Well, maybe it does open up down there.
Does it
Well,
look like there's water, like a spire of water or a waterfall? And does it sound like there's water down there?
You can roll perception.
can I look up? Would it look like this is where they would have come out of?
Not here specifically, but you look up and you can see that you're kind of deep down in there where, looking up is the same as looking down, essentially.
Gotcha.
I got a 20.
Yelmar, you do hear the sound of running water from below.
I hate to do it, but
Well, wait a second, Yalmar. Maybe you should let me go first.
oh yeah, you have that ring.
That's not a thing anymore. I can't fly, but...
Oh, yeah, never mind. I forgot it fucking ran out.
But... I'm a bit lighter. I might...
Oh, okay.
Besides, heroes fly and all. You wouldn't remember that, never mind.
What?
Yeah, that sounds kind of dumb.
Either way, I'm going to, fuck it. If they're down there, I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah. Okay. Roll a athletics check, I suppose. Fuck it, roll 2 of them.
20 and a 13.
Bernard, you hop off and you fall for about 100 feet before you splash into ice cold water. It's even worse than before.
Do I hear a splash?
With your senses, probably.
All right.
But Bernard, immediately, as soon as you touch water, you feel a very strong current, almost like a river, and you get sucked down the cavern. It's hard to make out where you're going, although it does seem to open up further down.
Alright.
You thrash and flail as the water throws you about, sometimes slamming into stones. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save, that's just a +2. 21.
Right. Every time the water starts to thrash you against the wall, you throw up your sword and your defenses, and you make sure that your armor gets the worst of it. As you come out into the open chasm, you thrash about, and then it kind of dumps you out onto a stone floor where another small little stream flows into a still lake. You push yourself up on the stream. You glance around, you can see across from the lake there seems to be a strange makeshift stone structure built into the side of the wall. It kind of reminds you of a small dwarven house, although it's very bare bones and makeshift. And outside of it you can see about 2 floating, they look like spectators, however they're gnarled, and a couple of them have spears sticking out of their backs, and they seem to be all floating around this stone structure, sometimes zapping it with different colored lights and beams, but not really accomplishing anything. You can hear the strange under chatter, the ancient Elvish dialect. They talk between themselves, although it seems a bit more savage than the other 2. They haven't seemed to notice you as you flashed out of the stream.
Hearing just a water splash. Moors can't see, so I have him being led by a leash.
He stops. He's like, "Wait, don't do that.
Oh no, there's water down there.
And I just yank him.
Don't do that. No, fuck."
Yep. He goes, and fuck, I keep forgetting his name. Yarrick. I say,
There's water down there. I mean, we'll survive. Want to jump?
Oh. But I guess we don't have a choice.
Urist, okay.
I mean, want to split the party even more because I'm jumping. And I jump.
No! Mortis screams as he gets thrown down the chasm. Make 2 athletics rolls.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Yelmar, you hit the water. Thankfully, you hit it in a way that it doesn't really hurt, although you hear more as he's gurgling and just feeling like shit at this point. However, as you're thrashed about the water, you start slamming into stones, and every now and then you'll hit a boulder that just jabs you in the gut or something that hits you in the head because you didn't duck fast enough. You're going to take 23 points of damage. That's a lot.
Oh well.
You get thrashed, absolutely, as you splash out into the water. And eventually you and Moore screaming, "Fuck!" slam into the stream below. Bernard, you see them come out, and then eventually Eurus from behind, he flails out, and he's small, so he slides against the water and almost hydroplanes into the still lake. The 2...
And these spectators, they're just talking to each other right now?
They seem to be. It's a very large lake, so you can kind of just make out their figures, and you can... The way they talk is they speak vocally, but they also speak psychically. You can kind of reach out and almost feel that little buzz of their language, but very faint.
Alright.
Morse pushes himself off, and you see him, he puts his foot on the rope and then yanks his wrist free and says, "Fuck it, I'd rather be blind."
Well, alright.
I'm going to look at them and say, seems like there's more of those spectators up ahead.
Well, I mean, you're friends with these guys, right?
I wouldn't go that far. We can see what
Ones
happens.
look kind of
though.
fucked up, too.
Yes. We can see what happens. Be prepared for anything, though. I'm
Always.
going to connect to them telepathically as well, and in that same Elvish language ask, where has the dwarf gone?
They immediately whip around and begin floating across the still lake quickly towards you.
I'll stand confidently and say, not food. Your master would be very upset if you did that. We're looking for the dwarf.
betrays. Master uses. We have no master.
Then it's a good thing we're going to be betraying him. See, we need that dwarf to help us kill it.
Roll persuasion, although they look very aggressive.
16.
Bernard, they flail their eye stalks around, and all you can hear is a growing cacophony. Food. Food. Roll initiative.
Oh boy.
I
Or
think
they
they
don't
want to
look.
eat
They,
us.
they don't look friendly. Fuck.
I got a 12.
I got a 10. Did yours come down also?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
So. Take a look here. As they float across the still lake, you can see their eyes begin glowing with unnatural colors. We get to play with mini beholders, guys.
Oh boy.
Let's go ahead and do this shit.
Wow.
Bernard and Yalmar, both of you make wisdom saving throws.
Don't fail me now. Failed.
Well,
Go ahead and just play that the Dark Souls you died thing.
Both of you, immediately, they both fly towards you as you're standing in front. The beams zap out and hit you square in the head. You have to grip your heads and try to shake it off, but can't focus. On your turn, you can't move, and you use your action to make a melee or ranged attack against a randomly determined creature in range. So, Bernard, you can make a range attack. There's 4 of you, or 5 of you, considering the spectators. So go ahead and roll a 1d5.
3.
3. You're gonna have to make a ranged attack at Yalmar. Yalmar, go ahead and roll a 1d3.
Range attacks. Oh,
I don't
shit.
think I hit you, Yalmar.
No, you don't. 1.
You get to make a melee attack at Bernard. It only has to be 1.
Theoretically,
Doesn't have to be 2.
Oh, he had a 1d3. Okay. Wait, if I was making ranged attacks, would he be able to hit me?
He's pretty much next to you. He's in
Okay.
range.
Oh, nice.
Doesn't hit.
So even like this, you subconsciously know that you're being controlled, and you manage to avert your shots just enough. More to screaming, "What the fuck, guys!" He pulls up his rifle, and as the spectators fly across the still lake, he lets off a shot. However, it goes flying by and slams into the stone house behind. Urusty grips his hammer, and while the things are still flying across the lake, he can only stand there. The spectators fly ever closer. They're about 60 feet away now. They're gonna make 2 more beams. Actually, they get 2 beams. So,
Each?
yeah. So first, Bernard and Yalmar, go ahead and make wisdom saving throws.
I think I passed.
Passed.
I fucking failed.
Right. So, let's see here. One of the beams goes back towards Moors, and another one goes towards you, Bernard. Moors passes. Bernard, make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution is just +2. Nope.
Yalmar, a beam flies out at you and hits you, and suddenly you're filled with images. It's as if these creatures begin turning into the massive beholder that you saw before. You become feared. You're frightened. You can only... Let me see. Let me look up what frightened does again.
I think he can't move towards them, and if he attacks, he has to attack at disadvantage.
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is in sight. You can't willingly move closer to it. So Bernard, Yalmar, you see these 2 terrifying monsters come closer, and For one of the first times in your life, you feel genuine fear, even though it's magical. Bernard,
Alright.
you are blasted and you can feel your muscles tense up. You start trying to move, however you can't. You're paralyzed. You're gonna have to make a saving throw at the next turn.
Okay.
Moores reloads. Eurus stands up and smacks you in the face, Yomar, and he says, Lad, wake up, come on. Snap out of it.
Oh,
Go ahead and make another saving
those
throw.
things are scary.
Wisdom?
Yeah,
Ooh.
there you go. Snap out of it, lad. Come on.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Oh, right.
My turn?
Spectators, they fly forward, however, they don't shoot their beams this turn. Bernard, you get to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nope.
No, you look over and you can see Bernard. He's trying to move. He's struggling with himself, but it seems to be paralyzed. Yalmar, it's your turn.
I'm going to enter a raid. Since I'm right next to Bernard, they're essentially within melee range of me, right?
They're 30 feet away from you, but they're over the water.
Okay. Rage bonus action. I'm going to run up and grapple one of them.
You succeed.
Ooh.
How do you do this?
I just run up and going to grab it by its fucking eye stalks.
Yeah, so you just
And,
fly forward and grab onto it, and you can hear it screaming something in infernal, or, I mean, elvish, whatever.
And then with the last 20 feet of my movement, I'm gonna run towards the deep end of the water with it.
Okay. So you drag it underwater with you?
Yeah, no, we're going underwater.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you do so. As Bernard, as you watch, paralyzed, you see Yalmar leap over the still lake and fly into the spectator. His massive weight just dragging him into the water, and like a predator, he just pulls the spectator down below, and you lose sight of them.
As we submerge, I'm gonna say,
You're coming to my world.
You reason in your mind. Morris, the one that's still up, he fires off a shot, but he misses again. As the beast gets closer, he stands in front of you, Bernard, and he holds his hammer out and says, "Come on, lad. Need you to snap out of it."
I'm trying.
One spectator left above water. He's going to shoot 2 beams. Oof. At Moores and
what
Eurus.
are the odds?
25%. So they're going to need to make Constitution saving throws. Pass, fail. Moores is going to take 21 points of damage as a scorching beam. It's almost like fire. It scorches across the ground, and Morris tries to get out of the way, but then the beam arcs up and blazes across him. You can see his studded armor, his leather armor kind of repels a little bit of it, but you can see he's badly burned, and he staggers back, dropping on his ass. Meanwhile, the spectator under the water, he's struggling against you, Yalmar, so first he's going to try to break the grapple, so go ahead and make another grapple check.
I get advantage because I'm raging, right?
For grapple checks?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it says all strength checks, so That's up to you. Oh well, fuck it. 23.
Strength checks.
Yeah, I mean, rage.
Yeah, I know, I'm looking. Yeah, sure. I'll say so.
23.
Right, he tries to break out, but he cannot. You can't get all the stalks, however, you manage to keep him from firing off one. He's going to fire off another at you. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. He blasts you, and you can feel your muscles start to tense up. However, just with sheer force of will, you keep yourself moving. You don't give a fuck.
I do not. Does it seem like it's able to like breathe right now? Is it?
I would say no.
Okay.
I'll say in 2 or 3 turns, it'll probably start suffocating.
Okay.
Bernard, go ahead and make that Constitution saving throw.
Fuck
Oof.
my life.
It's barely not enough. Yalmar, your turn.
I'm gonna swim deeper. However, I have 30 feet of speed, so however deep that takes us, if it takes us all the way to the bottom, good.
Yeah, it's a fairly deep lake, so you move 30 feet. I mean, 60 feet's pretty fucking deep. I'd say
Okay.
that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, and I can still attack it, right? While
Yeah.
grappling? Yeah. Yeah.
With advantage, because, you know.
28,
Yeah, both.
21. Oof.
Yalmar,
39.
That's exactly how many hit points it has.
Fuck.
How do you kill it?
Oh, I rip its eye stalks out, and then I just punch my fist into its big eye and fucking exit through the back of its skull.
Yep. This all happens underwater, so nobody else sees it, but you just tear this thing apart underwater. You're almost like a shark ripping apart a large fish, just completely annihilating it.
Question. If I bonus action Step of the Wind,
That would allow you to move your 30 feet again.
okay, but is it considered, is dashing, could I dash with that?
Dashing is just moving your movement. So like,
Okay. But
if you're
I'm
gonna
talking
dash-
about underwater, yeah. Like, would I be able to dash underwater? So 60
stepping in the
feet,
wind,
essentially.
when you do that, it lets you basically take a dash as a bonus action. Dashing is just moving. So
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna Step of the Wind and dash right back to the top, or 60 feet, however far that gets me.
30 feet. So you'd have to 30 feet to get to the surface, and then probably another 30 feet to get to the shore.
Well, I'm just gonna go towards the other beholder then,
All right.
or observer.
The Moors man, he reloads while he's on his ass. The spectator is flying close now, so Eurus stands on the shore in front of Bernard and swings his hammer. He manages to smash it once in the face as it gets too close, and it learns its lesson and starts backing away, hovering over the water so it's not getting close enough anymore. As it sits there, it fires off 2 beams at Bernard and Eurus.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Yep.
Bernard, you're already paralyzed, so I guess this really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And Eurus, he's going to make a wisdom save. Nat 20 is it, so he's not afraid. He gets blasted by the thing and says, "Now you just look like a bigger flying meatball, you sack of shit." Bernard, get your saving throw.
Weehaw. Riding cowboy.
You finally
No.
managed to break
Oh,
out.
wow.
Go ahead and make your move.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm gonna blast this motherfucker with Eldritch Blast. Fuck. Probably not, though.
No, those both hit.
Oh shit! I get a third one now. I forget about that.
All three hit.
Plus 12. 36, and I'm gonna blast him 30 feet into the fucking backwards, further into the lake.
You do so, and you blow huge holes through him as he
Cause I know y'all
flails back and slams into the water. Yalmar, you have to like move out of the way as the body of the spectator splashes next to you and begins sinking into the depths. And all is silent around the lake again. Oh, what the fuck?
And
Those things shoot magic out of their eyes.
on to think that's just a small one.
Oh boy. Maybe if we get it in water. I like fighting in water now.
I don't think we'll be able to get that large one into water, unfortunately.
Fuck. Seeing what I did to that other one.
I don't think you'd want to do that with the big one anyways. Isolating yourself with him would be asking for pain.
Probably. Alright. Let's shall we? I'll
Yes.
gesture towards the stone hut house.
Let us go. Now that I have control of my muscles again.
That was terrifying.
Yes, I quite enjoyed not being able to move.
Yeah, for a minute there I kind of experienced fear. Ugh. Doing a
Not
lot
pleasant.
of things I don't like today.
You pleasure to Slaneshi demon. Full of fear.
Don't stop, please. Please.
Hey, there's still a chance you'll pleasure it again before you're dead.
Now
I
that
just
you've freed it,
I walk up to that door.
you walk up to the stone door. If you push it open, you can see inside. It seems mostly abandoned. However, there's a small stone hatch in the corner of the room leading down.
Hey, there's a hatch in here. Let's go.
Even further down.
I think we found something we can finally make fun of Yalmar for.
Oh boy.
Never gonna let him live this down.
A
You
random
open up,
bolt of lightning strikes. Who is that? Moors?
yeah, and then kills him because he's already wounded.
Oh. No,
Uh,
it's like a zap. It's like a shock. Like static shock. Comes
Yeah,
out of
whatever.
nowhere, right on the back of his neck.
Yalmar, you probably don't remember this, but when you got that head concussion, you kept fucking zapping us in the cart on the ride here. I think we both have a fucking immunity to it, you piece of shit.
Oh, so what you're saying is I should use stronger shocks then.
Sure, if you don't mind shit in your pillow. Anyway,
I open the hatch, and I just eyeball him as I descend down it.
I'm going to follow.
you descend down it, and after a very short walk through a hallway, you come across this seems to be a very tiny little cavern, where at the end of it there's a small circular area. You make out a campfire, and sitting around it is Renee, Siam, and a mysterious dwarf who isn't wearing the armor of Furious Band.
I'll walk in and say, well, that's interesting. I expected you to be, well, hovering over a fire. We were
I just
told.
walk up and sit down next to them.
Renee looks up and says, I'm glad you found us. Those things outside, they were banging on the walls trying to get in.
Well, they're
Only
dead now.
if it's only for Reg, we'd all be dead.
Yes, what happened once you vanished? And where are the other dwarves?
Siam, as you say that, you catch him, he's just quietly shaking his head towards the campfire. Renee says, well, what happened was, when the rope snapped, we got sucked into a current. I thought we were going to drown. Then it opened up and we got dropped into a river. We floated down for a little bit and then ended up here. The spectators must have heard us because they followed us down the river. Or, they're not, she wouldn't know that. Those monsters followed us down the river. If it wasn't for Reg here, they probably would have killed us.
Ah, so you saved them then, Reg.
He looks up and says,
Interesting.
"Yeah,
That demon back there told us you were going to eat them.
that demon back there is a fucking prick now, isn't he?
He's also dead.
Killed it?
He did.
Well, that's no fucking good.
Uh,
Those things have long memories.
that's
I tried
what
killing it once, it just came back.
That's what I was afraid of.
How recent? How fast did it come back?
Well, it took about a month or so.
Okay. To the same spot where you killed it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'd imagine it wasn't still chained up when it came back.
No, I killed it a couple of times, and then damn thing just kept coming back, so I had to think on my feet. I chained it to a wall. Cast some rudimentary runes that my gran taught me. Seemed to have worked.
You might just wake up with it hovering over your bed yet, Hilmar.
Which one of you killed it?
Oh, our big friend here.
He'll eat you out like an ice cream sandwich, lad.
Oh.
He did seem to like it when you hit him.
I need to clean my axe.
Either
And
way,
I just start furiously hate cleaning my axe right now, just rubbing the fuck out of it.
on the subject of monsters and demons, we met something that our spectator friends called a beholder.
Fucking thing.
It
Aye.
seems to want to eat you.
Well, I'm not surprised. Honestly. And then Eurus speaks up, he says, "Hold on. Where are the rest of my dwarves?" And Siam looks up and says, "Sorry. I don't think they're coming." Eurus just plops down by the fire and says, "Oh. Okay." Reg looks up and says, I killed that thing's kids. For years. Tried to hide out, but when I found out I couldn't make it back into the fort without going by that thing, I all but gave up. Instead,
Well.
I've been killing his kids and fucking with them for the last 25 fucking years.
Unfortunately, it seems like something else has moved into the fort. I don't know what it is.
What's that supposed to mean?
I've got no clue, but he claims that the dwarves are no longer there, and I think we can collaborate with that story. We were sent here, we thought a dragon took it over, but I'd imagine it's something else entirely.
He looks over at Eurus and he says, "Is that true, boy? Has the fort fallen?" "Yes. I think it's true." Damn, I should have died with the rats. Fuck this place. It's been hell.
Well, we're wanting to get past him, and I don't quite think I'd like to feed you to him, so... Do you know what these things, if they're weak to anything, a strategy for taking them out? Because if we're going to get back into that fortress and get out of here, we're going to have to kill him.
There is one thing.
What's that?
Well, I don't know how much weaker it's gonna make him, but in that place, he's got so many eyes, he can look around, and I think he reads off the spells on his walls. If we take the time to destroy the walls, he won't be able to do that. I'm not saying it's gonna weaken him. It'll at least not make him so fucking deadly.
I'm kind of resting up as we're talking.
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
catching my breath and all that.
You guys can wait here as long as you want.
Okay, cool.
Kelmar, perhaps when we initiate the fight, you could blast the whole room.
Yeah, I'm kind of good at breaking walls, so... Yeah, I could do that.
Good. This lair uses it, and fighting him in there is about as stupid as anything I can imagine, but
Well, there's
doing that,
nothing
I
to be
think it'll
done for
negate it. Still, that thing will fucking kill us.
Well, there's only one way out of here, isn't there? I don't think we'll be luring him out anytime soon. Seems quite far into that little area.
Oh, Someone has magic. Maybe while the rest distract them. Maybe try to open the door. That thing will... Like I'm saying, I can kill his kids, no problem, but that thing will kill me in an instant.
I'm familiar with magic. I could try to, well, weaken him, but we'll see what happens. Either way, we're going to have to get through that door. There's something likely more powerful than him beyond, so I do think we'll end up needing to deal with him entirely, but we do need to... I think getting the door open is a good idea.
I get the door open and fucking book it. I want to feel the sun again, damn it.
Well, we've still got a few long journeys ahead of us before we get that far.
You're free to whatever supplies I have left if you're planning on leaving. Well, I suppose I'm gonna die with you then. Eat up whatever you find. Not much, and I had to do a couple of bad things to stay alive down here, but you're free to it.
Well, we've all had to do some questionable things in our time. So...
Yes, I am. You're never gonna believe it. Yalmar gave a demon an orgasm.
It's true.
Can we please stop talking about
right? Well, that's interesting.
Smacked
Yeah.
it around with his axe. He loved it. You know how those Slanesh demons are.
that? Oh my
He said
god.
he loved it so much he's gonna come back for more.
It's true, he did say that.
Oh my god.
Well, Yalmar, I didn't know you were into that thing.
We might be able to hook him up
Stormlord.
with someone back.
The Stormlord.
I think Pleasure Lord is more of
Pleasure.
The Pleasure
Demons.
Lord.
The Pleasure Lord was more of an apt title, I think.
The
Will
Pleasure
all feel my
Princess.
lightning.
Alright there, Pleasure Princess. Let's take this seriously.
I'm gonna tickle you with my axe.
Just like you tickled that demon.
Yes. To pieces.
You should have heard his I am. It was fucking screaming in pleasure.
Oh my god. I'm gonna steal all your gold while you're sleeping, you... No, I won't even take your gold. Yes, I will. I'm gonna take your gold. Give me your gold.
Right. So,
Yalmar can see lightning shoot your ears.
we had to jump
Give me your
down
gold.
here, by
Pay
the way.
recompense to the Stormlord.
What did you say, Bernard?
We had to jump to get down here, by the way. Getting back up might be problematic.
Well, I actually do have a little bit of a cavern dug out.
Is that
It at
right?
least leads up to the top, but not to the surface, damn it. Every time I get up there, those goddamn floating monsters always find me.
Well, hopefully that'll be a short problem. If he created them, perhaps they'll die with him.
Could be.
And I think it would be appropriate to start moving out before too long if you're all rested up.
You guys can count this as a long rest if you want to.
Alright.
Oh, yes, please.
I mean, you can literally spend as much time down here as you want. It's about the
Well,
safest place in the whole fucking cavern.
get some rest and then
1
go
year later.
kill ourselves a beholder.
I'm all good. I got all my rages and my 2 key.
So nobody's gonna rage quit if someone dies, right?
Nope.
Oh boy.
Okay, just holding you to that. I've never used a beholder before.
Cannot wait. Gonna be fun.
Alright. Reg, after you finish up, he leads you out. And behind his little house, you find a little cavern that you can climb up into. It's a long climb and difficult, but eventually you find yourself back at the labyrinthine caverns of before. It's not easy, but Bernard, you can kind of sense where the beholder is. His presence is almost unmistakable now that you've seen him up close. Eventually, if you decide to do so, you make your way back to the blue torched hallway where
As
the
we're
two
walking-
spectators.
I'll ask Siam, how many more of those bombs do you have left?
About 6.
Need to hit them with everything we've got.
What are we gonna do about the walls?
Well, I was hoping you'd blow them up with your large, flashy move you've got. You know,
Alright.
the one where you kill everything.
Are we gonna talk to him first, or are we just gonna walk in and open it up?
Is Resh with us?
Yes.
Well, we could do a little bit of trickery. He wants Reg. We could pretend as if we're presenting Reg to him to eat, and when he goes to bear down, maybe we could even give Reg a bomb of yours. Reg can toss the bomb into its mouth, and we get the element of surprise.
Or we could walk in. I can just blast the whole room.
Or we could just give the fucking dwarf to it and call it a day. Simon's like, shut up, Morris.
To think about how to do this. Because if I'm too close, I don't know if I can hit Beholder and the walls with.
Could
No.
you at least hit one of the walls?
It's a circular room, right? And
If you wanted to, you could blast the beam around the whole thing and take out the walls.
yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, if we just walk in, open up with that.
I would say
Then-
you have to choose between the beholder and the walls.
Okay. I wouldn't be able to just like cone blast from the entrance to the room, like so from
The way the room was set up, if you
here.
try to blow...
If I stand there, would I be able to just fucking cone blast?
Cone blast? No, it's like a focus beam.
Okay.
So you could arc it and take out all the walls, like with the markings on them. But the beholder, he... Well, at least you remember he started down below
Yes. Oh yeah, very
If
true.
we had him kind of float back up and talk to him, would he be able to at least take out the wall behind the beholder if it floated up to us again?
you. If you manage to get it flying up like he did before, I would say that at that point, because like how it would go is, Elmar's here, final flash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's on a level. If he's on level with you, at some point that beam would hit him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like
We could try
not
to.
necessarily the cone blast, but when you said the first time I used it, I just fucking wiped like a path, like just fucking wiped.
Yes,
pretty
but
much.
it's a sustained beam.
So I'm thinking maybe we could try a bit of trickery first to get him on level with us. Maybe
Okay.
hand Reg a bomb, so Reg can also do a bit of something, because it's going to try to eat Reg.
I'll stand in the doorway and then, I don't know, jump down into that hole in the middle of the room.
Well, the walls were up on level with us, weren't they? The ones
Yes,
with
what
the
I'm
scrolling?
saying-
Oh, sorry.
What I'm saying is, guys walk up, I'll stay in the doorway, and as soon as he's on level with us, just jump down in that hole, and I will fucking open up.
All right.
Hopefully it will be enough of a surprise. Because if not, it's one or the other.
It's a plan, anyways.
Walls give him power.
I think it's worth a shot.
Okay.
Destroying the walls out of character will remove his legendary actions.
Okay.
That's what I was kind of assuming.
Yep.
I'll try to get him on level at least, so you can get.
I just
two
don't
birds,
wanna-
one stone.
I don't want to hit you guys with the...
Yeah, I
Okay.
got you. I got you.
Probably not going to do a massive amount of damage, but...
I mean,
Still.
it might. But I'll try to get him up with us, and then we'll try to do some bamboozling.
Alright, yep, no, I am good to go.
Give me 1 second.
Oh boy. We are gonna get fucked.
No, we're good.
We're getting fucked.
We're good.
This is very dangerous, guys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we are gonna get
Beholders
we are
are
gonna get
fucked.
fucked.
They are fuckers.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not a good thing right now.
Nope.
No.
We should have just kicked in the door. We'd
Yeah.
have dwarves with us. It'd be a fucking party.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
boy.
you know, at the same time, I really don't want to be making rolls for you, the party, and fucking 6 or 7 dwarves.
I'd
Really
just
don't
roll
wanna
the
do that.
dwarves all as one character if it were me.
I guess I could have done that too.
I'm a very
boy.
lazy DM.
I just kill them off.
Yeah, I got you.
No plot armor for them.
So, let's stop the music. As you approach down the blue torched hallway,
I'm going to grab Reg by the shoulder, kind of lead him in like he'd be a prisoner, and say, "Just trust us for now."
yeah, whatever, you're gonna feed me to the fucking thing. You head in, and you can see the beholder is down below. He's moving between his stone tables and looking at his walls. However, as of last time, a couple of stalks on his head arc back, and the stalks look at you.
I'm gonna stay in the doorway, like leaning up against it, like right there.
He doesn't even turn to look at you. He says, "Throw the dwarf in."
We have some bartering to do first.
He turns and looks at you and says, "Buy me."
Your children down there said you betrayed them, and I don't like being betrayed myself.
Use your next words carefully, human.
I just want to talk to you for a moment, to assure that we are on good terms. Plus, if you have any information about what lies beyond, I wouldn't mind a bit of that before you get to feasting.
Roll persuasion.
Come on, Bernard.
23?
Oh.
You wanted to know what is beyond the door.
Yes, indeed.
Sometimes I hear they are decrepit, otherworldly, spirits brought back from death to suffer again. Monsters, dwarves, and a dragon, all bend to the will of a blacker power,
There's a
That
dragon
forced
in
them.
there?
long dead, but brought again to serve.
What are they serving?
That even I cannot see. He covers himself in a black magic, deathly, dark, powerful.
I see. Well then, if that's what we have, then you can have the dwarf, but as a show of good faith, I'll hold the flask out and say, how about a toast?
Not sure I understand.
I'm trying to get him on level with us.
Okay.
I'm holding that flask out and saying, and I'm going to say, I wouldn't mind coming back. You seem like a smart fellow. I like to tinker around with the rules of nature myself. I think the two of us could create truly marvelous things.
Hey Bernard, this is an important roll. Roll deception.
I'm a deceptive man.
Ooh.
Shit. That's a nat 20, man.
Oh boy.
He rolled a 22.
I
Got a
also
charisma
rolled
score
a
of plus
22.
3. He rolled a nat 20.
Oh,
You lose by 1.
fuck my life.
Oh man.
Says, throw the dwarf down, or join him.
I'm going to look back at Hjalmar and say, he's not coming up before I hop down with the dwarf and say, "Can you show me how you create those spectators before we get to eating? A few of those would help tremendously if I could craft them."
Roll persuasion.
15.
You rolled a 14. He floats towards Reg, and you, and his massive size, now that you're below him, is fucking bad. What's the size of a gargantuan creature? Somebody tell me, I don't know.
Pretty big.
Pretty big. Like the size of a kraken. Floats over, and his one dead eye is looking at Reg, and Reg takes a few steps back. But one of the stalks looks at you, and you can hear him talking telepathically to you. Spectators, my children, and craft them from my own flesh. They are me. I see what they see, and they feel what I feel. They are my children, and they're
even the ones
such
who've
as
gone
you.
rogue.
They wish to be apart from me. They wish to hunt on their own. I would be proud if I did not have to murder them for their betrayal.
Do you think I could craft something from my flesh of this nature?
Creatures born of you would be small and insignificant. They would be lesser versions of yourself, already a lesser version of greater beings.
I've done great deeds, I'll have you know.
You are but a grain of sand in the hourglass of time. Great is the ones who forge the lands,
I'll
the
lean
ones who
in.
part the seas, and those who rest further below.
I'll lean in. I may be playing in a pond for now, but play my cards right, and I anticipate to be playing in an ocean by the end of all things.
I'm not really trying to respond to that.
That's fine. I'm going to telepathically communicate to Hjalmar. This is not working.
Alrighty then. Where's everybody else?
They're up above, kind of behind you, because they don't want to be
Okay.
in front of you.
Yep, I am going to fucking enter my rage and final flash the walls.
Okay.
This is not working, Hjalmar. I failed the
Yep.
one roll.
Yep. Failed the one thing it had to do.
Hitting that 20, man, you can't,
Yep.
I know.
can't do anything about that.
Didn't really fail, but you didn't succeed.
I didn't. I also did not roll a nat 20, so I got to lose.
Oh,
Actually, I
boy.
just needed a fucking 16. I didn't get it.
So I'm gonna do you guys a favor and not kill you outright. Let's do this. Roll initiative.
Weehaw!
Did my final flash and all that happen?
Weehaw!
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, we'll get to that.
Goodbye, Hjalmar.
I just want to know. I mean,
Well, hey, good news, guys. Beholder rolled in that one.
Oh, thank
Ooh.
fucking God, I rolled a 5.
yeah, I rolled a 9.
I'm on your side in this. I don't want you guys to die.
Oh,
no,
no!
no. Fair is fair. We're fighting a beholder,
Yep,
man.
Hjalmar, it's time for fucking Dragon Force
Oh,
fucking
boy.
Delta. I'm gonna have to goddamn rape his mind or die here.
Oh boy. Yep, it's balls to the wall right now. Fucking
y'all,
do it.
hold on,
do
let
it-
me get this
Do or
down
die
first.
time.
So, what did you guys roll?
I got a 9.
I got a 5.
Nobody rolled higher than a 10.
Yep,
Nope.
good initiatives,
Jesus
guys.
Christ.
Good initiatives.
Good old Morris gets to go first, followed by Yalmar, then Siam.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Pretty much, dude.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Weehaw.
Bernard, you or Renee, who goes first?
I'll go first.
And Beholder is at the end. So make it count.
I'm gonna do my
Moors.
best.
Alright. Yalmar, you open up. As everybody stands behind you, you let out a final flash. You have to rage for it.
Yep.
So you're in rage right now.
Yep.
The beam blasts out of your hands and you scorch the walls. Suddenly, the Beholder's eye stalks look up and see this, and he screams in anger. What have you done?
Oh my, what is that?
Moors, he starts loading his rifle, but then he looks up. The force of Yalmar raging in the final flash starts to collapse the wall. From behind, Moors pushes Renee and Siam forward and dives into the room. The spectators are cut off for now.
Oof.
Moors pushes himself up to his feet, grabs his gun, spreads out a little bit, fires, and misses.
Off to a
Yalmar.
solid start. Yeah, I am gonna run forward and jump with the hopes of landing on top of the Beholder.
It really isn't that hard.
Okay.
It's a gargantuan creature. I imagine it's not even like a grapple. You more just kind of stand on top of it.
Yep.
Flailing eye tentacles around you.
I'm recklessly targeting eye tentacle stalks, hoping I can. I know I'm probably not going to, but hoping I can.
There's no rules for that. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. So never mind. I'm just fucking hacking at it recklessly right now. Oh boy. So 26 and 18.
18 barely hits.
Fuck.
Fuck. 31. Did my rage? Did all that happen before combat initiated?
Yes.
Okay, so bonus action. He's gonna have to make a DC 16 Dex save or take 7 points of lightning damage.
He fails.
So he takes 38 points of damage right now.
Alright. Siam. He grabs Reg, shoves a couple of bombs into his hand and says, "Listen, you useless little shit. Throw this at it if you want to live." And then he turns up and he tosses one of his bombs. Fails a dex save. Keep playing music, I didn't tell you to stop. He tosses up a bomb at one of its eyes. The massive eye, and the eyelid closes as it blasts, and he kind of shakes back a little bit. Yalmar, you have to keep your footing. Bernard, roll Arcana.
12.
Alright, it's your turn.
I'm gonna kind of play this like fucking dragon rules. We're all kind of clumped together right now, so I'm gonna try and spread out a bit and like move. So where are we all right now? We're kind of like clumped together at the south end, like right
So
here.
let me put it this way. He's here, big fucker, and he's looking this way with his main eye.
Okay, I'm gonna try and play this like dragon rules. I don't know, like Bernard doesn't know how these fucking eye rays work, so hopefully I'm gonna try and. Actually, are there like tables and stuff around this room?
Yes.
Where you'd be working on?
Yes.
Where would those be?
They're all around. They're just
Okay, I'm gonna
in like
try
a
and
circle.
spread out from the group, try and move to his flank somewhere, and maybe get behind a table. Try and maybe get some advantages against these goddamn eye rays.
Can't.
Because if those
The
Oh,
tables
okay.
are
They're
complete
like-
stone.
Oh,
They're
okay,
kind
they're
of built
stone.
in.
Alright. Well. Shit. Alright. How high off the ground are they? Would I be able to, like, use them to boost myself back up to the top level?
Yes.
I'm gonna move to this one here and try and boost my way up to get a little advantage over here.
All right.
Does that take an action, or can I just use movement?
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Alright. 20?
No, you managed to climb up real quick. You still have your action.
Alright, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna turn around and try and mental prison this fucker.
Okay.
We came in expecting a dragon. I'm gonna try dragon rules and not be clumped together. I don't know if these things can fucking smoke two of us at a time or not.
What does it have to do for
Oh, that's an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy, he's probably fucking
Probably, but
extremely
that's the best
intelligent.
thing I've got.
Wow.
12?
Wow. Wow.
Well, he's gonna take. Where's it at? 5d10. Well, so he takes 5d10 psychic and is currently restrained for now. I'd imagine the eyeballs are still gonna fuck us royally.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
he doesn't have
those-
to attack with melee to do those. He can just fucking screech them around the room.
He doesn't even have to move.
Yeah, he doesn't have to move. That's just my big boy attack, so I'm fucking throwing it out there for damage. I don't
Do it.
know how much it's gonna do to him. As
Throw
far
all the big boy attacks.
as yep.
Could fucking armor a Bernard.
I don't think he's gonna do too much melee towards me, to be completely honest. I think he's just
Oh,
gonna
I thought that
fucking
worked
smoke
with
me.
ranged attacks.
No, it's
also.
just melee. I mean, it gives me temporary HP, but it only does damage if they hit me melee.
Okay.
Renee spreads out along the wall and fires arrows. However, her arrows just kind of pop off its ancient hide. And now it's his turn. So, I'm going to assign numbers to you guys. Moors is 1, Yalmars is 2, Siam is 3, Bernard is 4, Renee is 5. I'm going to make 3 beams. First, I'm going to choose who it goes for.
Oh
Oof.
boy.
Who was
Yalmar,
more-
you're
Yalmar's
going to
getting
take
super
1, Moors is going to take 2.
Moors
Oh, boy.
is fucked.
Yep, Morris is getting all the hate.
Moors is fucked.
So, let's go with Yalmars first.
Oh boy. What? That. Oh boy. And I am now just fucking gone from this plane of existence.
Goodbye, Yalmar.
Oh boy.
Alright. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh wow. Get advantage.
Oof.
24.
As you're slashing at it, one of the beams strikes you on the back and you can feel yourself being lifted off the ground as if by telekinesis. However, you manage to grip one of its stalks with your hands and keep yourself planted. You are not fucked.
Oof.
See if Morris can say the same. First, Morris succeeds against his fear ray and fails.
Oh, come on, Moors, don't fucking do that.
Morris is blasted and you can see his legs begin turning to stone.
Oh, fuck.
Morris screams.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
no.
yeah, that's basically what it's screaming. Fuck, fuck.
Bye,
So-
Morris.
He's not petrified just yet.
It's creeping. Is it creeping?
Can we tell about how long it's gonna take?
It's very, very fast.
Shit.
Oh boy.
Very fast. Morris, it's his turn, so he's going to make the save again. And I'm going to make it for you guys.
Fuck.
No.
Almost instantaneously, about 10 seconds after he's
Hang on.
blasted.
As this is happening, could I tell if like a counter spell would do anything?
Try it.
All right. I'll burn a fucking. What do I got to do for that again? It's like a magic attack basically. Whenever I'm rolling like this.
Let me see.
Fuck. Let me pull it up.
10 plus the level spell, or the spell's level.
And what am I rolling for that?
It's a
Is it just a?
make an ability check using your spell casting ability.
Okay, so it's +8. That's what I was looking for. Fuck!
Oh my god.
No.
No.
You try your best, but Moors quickly is engulfed in stone, and he stands there at the statue.
Shit!
He's out of this fight. See ya, Moors.
Oh.
Dibs on his Ganon and his gold.
So, that lowers the amount of targets to 4.
Shit!
So that's his
So
turn.
do I move to the number 1 slot?
Yeah, I'm
those
going to be
two?
rolling a d4 now.
Oh boy.
Yalmar, you're up.
That didn't take long.
1 down.
You'd get advantage, Yalmar, because he's restrained right now.
True. He's
He
actually
can't-
in the mental prison.
He can't
Okay.
see or hear anything beyond 5 feet and is restrained. However, I'd
Well,
imagine
I'm
if you're
directly on
grappling
top
him,
of
he
him.
can see your ass.
I'm not even I'm just directly on
Oh,
top of
yeah.
him right now. Yeah, if so I get advantage on my attacks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Wow.
One
it
hit.
didn't matter. Don't you love those fucking dupe rolls on advantage?
Yep, and another D16 dex save. Take 8 lightning damage.
Alright.
Shit,
Diane.
Morse!
Diane screams, Moors!
Did he pass the save or?
He's stoned?
Get the statue.
Oh. Yeah, I think he means the beholder.
Oh.
No. Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
No, he failed
DC
to
6.
save.
Oh, okay, so 19 damage total for that round.
Gotcha. Diane screams, you son of a bitch! And tosses another bomb at him. He's gonna succeed the save, though. So he's only gonna take 5 points of damage from that. Bernard, it's your turn.
Fuck!
Oh boy.
Fuck this guy!
Yeah.
He killed Morse! Shit, I'm gonna do a fucking negative energy flood on him, so he needs to make, let me check, I think that's Constitution save. Let me check real quick. Yeah, that's a Constitution save. He passed it, so he's gonna take half of this damage. Oh, that's, 5, 12. So he's gonna take half of 39, what's that? 19?
19. Renee runs along and runs to Moors and starts trying to move, like, you know, touch him and try to move him, like, Moors, no, damn it. She pulls up her bow, fires 2 shots, one of them hits. And it's its turn again.
All around me are familiar faces.
So, one's going to Renee, Bernard, and Siam. We'll go with Renee first. One. She's almost charmed, and you see her eyes roll back in her head, and she lifts up her bow and points it towards you, Bernard. But then she snaps out of it, and just before she looses the arrow, she aims her bow up and fires it into the ceiling. Bernard. Well, let's do Siam first. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
Siam, don't die.
Wait, that wasn't 8. 8 was the petrify.
Oh, fuck, yeah, that's right. Shit.
Okay. Oh boy, so what's this fucking gonna do?
He's lucky. He passes the save, or he would have taken 10d8 disintegration damage. Which, if you're dropped by that, you're done. There's no reviving.
Oh, no.
He passed it by 2.
Oh.
Bernard, it's your turn.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Damn it.
That just insta-death? We...
Roll
Oh
a dexterity saving throw.
That's just straight D20, boys. Nope. Bye-bye.
Ooh.
Bye-bye. Ouchies.
What the fuck?
Ouchie, ouch.
He fires his death ray through
Oh,
the
man.
mental prison. Bernard, you try to throw up a shield, but it burns through it immediately. You're blasted, and you can feel... You reach down, and you can feel your skin is actually starting to fall off from your side. You reach down, and you can feel your hip bone, and the pain hits you just a second later. You have to double over, and you're screaming in agony. But that's his turn. Yalmar.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to keep going at him. 28. 25.
2 hits.
Another dex save, or take fucking 4.
I also lose concentration on mental prison.
Yep, so 26.
He passed the save, so 120, 144.
He passed? Oh,
He did.
Oh, never mind. That's Bernard's roll. I thought that was your roll
No,
for him.
I
Oh,
lost
so yeah,
concentration.
24.
All right. So I am gonna throw another of his bombs. Well, actually, now that the mental prison is down, he's gonna run up and attack. That's a crit.
Ooh. That's what we need.
Siam, he climbs up on top of the tower, on top of the table, and pulls himself up. As the beholder is thrashing around with you on top of him, Yalmar. Bernard's over across the way. Yalmar, Morge has been turned to stone. He slides on his silver mask and leaps across. You know, one hand out, the other hand on his sword. He drives it straight into the main beholder's eye.
Ooh.
So let's see what the damage is for that. (14 plus 8). And then another 8.
How's it looking?
As Siam dives his sword into the beast, it's near death. You can hear it screeching as the spectator children begin burning its way through the doorway. Bernard, you're in complete agony. You can barely see. Your turn.
Fuck.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
I'm gonna throw another negative energy flood. It needs to make another constitution save. Actually, hang on. I think I may do it different. I think I'm gonna do synaptic static instead, now that I think about it. So an intelligence save.
12.
It takes 30 points of damage.
Ooh. Enough? Is that enough? Is that enough?
Bernard, describe this. How do you do
Ooh.
it?
So, as I fucking pull myself back up, I'm just gonna send this wave of static electricity that just passes through its brain. You can see its eyes as it just blood just starts trickling down its eye stalks as I just fry the motherfucker's brain.
As you do so, Siam's gripping onto his sword, and as the electricity passes through, he starts screaming, and the beholder thrashes about. Yalmar, you're thrown from its head over near one of the walls. Siam drops to the ground and starts scurrying back. He holds his sword up, and as the beholder lurches around, flying in the middle of the air, it lunges towards Siam, but then drops and skids, leaving a massive trail of stone on the ground. And its eye stalks droop and hang dully, and you no longer hear the spectators digging through the walls, and all is silent.
Ow. That motherfucker nearly killed me.
That would have been
You
instant
didn't
death.
touch me at all.
How much health do you have left?
33.
Yeah, that would have been instant death if you got dropped to 0. There's no
Yeah.
saves or anything.
Yep, it's
What was that? Disintegration?
Death ray.
Death ray? Holy shit.
Yep. 10d10.
fuck.
Renee's over there, and she's crying on the ground next to Moore's. Reg is nearby. He's pressed up against a corner. Everybody's, well, mostly everybody's alive.
I'm gonna walk up and cut off one of its stalks.
All right. Siam's leaning up against the wall. His sword is in his lap. Got his mask on. He's just kind of head down. The only real noise in the room is Renee crying right now.
Oh,
What?
I'm going to try to get that fucking door open.
I'm gonna walk up to Bernard. What are we gonna do about Moors?
I'll see if I can't get him in the bag. Maybe I can try to work my magic later. No promises.
Oh, right. Okay. Gonna look around the room for...
Treasure?
Yes.
I hate to say this, but there really wouldn't be anything. It's mostly just etchings on the wall, and sometimes there may be a few strange concoctions on the tables, potions and such that I can think of to give you, but it won't be very much.
Okay. Do any of the etchings on the walls look familiar to Yalmar, maybe?
I would say that to Yalmar specifically, there may be one. There may be one in the very corner as you're walking through down below that depicts a strange symbol. Bernard would be familiar with it because he saw it at the temple where you first met him. Your memory is mostly shot, but as you look at it, you remember trekking with old comrades through an ancient temple on an island where you found and met a dying one of your race. He's the one that passed along your first real power to you and sets you on this path, and it reminds you of that adventure. Your memory of that such an event returns. The symbol seems to symbolize your people, or at least how they used to be before they sank. Seems to be a strange sun in a circle of some sort. Hello?
No, I was waiting to see if he had anything to say about it.
I'm trying to think of
Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot I can really give you as turn to reward. There's really not much in this room. The reward is you get to continue.
Bernard's gonna try and get that door open.
Yeah, Yalmar's gonna go pick up Moors and try and figure out a way to stuff them into the bag of holding.
I mean, you can shove anything in the bag of holding. It's a bit awkward
Okay.
to get them in there, and you got to start with the Gannon and just slowly work your way down. But
Like hook it and then like
yeah, you gotta
feed
hook it
the feet
around.
last.
Yup,
All right, yeah.
but you
so
managed
he's
to do it.
the
You can
bag of
shove
holding.
anything in there, and hey, he doesn't need to breathe anyway. So
Fucking poor Moors. What the fuck are we gonna do?
Well, I can tell you what we can do, but he may not come out the same.
Oh no, no. Oh boy.
He may have a couple extra wings and shit.
No, I don't think he wants that.
Bernard, go ahead and roll a Arcana check.
In my life.
All right. Now go ahead and make a bullshit roll.
Oh. Every time. Every time.
Hey,
What
you don't
the
need to
fuck?
know what you're doing to do it.
Every time.
Fucking, it happens. It
You
just,
yeah.
yeah.
Bernard, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You try to you examine the runes, and you realize you're dealing with dwarven magic, and you don't know what the fuck dwarven magic is. So, instead, you just start some bullshit. You probably slit your wrist and sprinkle some of your demon blood on it,
Yeah.
and sure enough, by using the power of willpower and bullshit, you manage to disable the runes on the door just by pure luck.
This is the third time in a row I've gotten a nat 20 on that first roll on the bullshit
Yeah.
roll.
Bernard has like some orc blood in him where he's just like,
Fuck it, time to cut myself.
it makes no sense, but he just fucking does it.
He
Like,
does
it
it.
just defies all logic.
And as you open it up, you can see in a path leading up the great fortress of Parag Dramar, booming peak. You rest at its base. You can see the wide open rooms, the huge halls, the pillars, the statues. And we're going to worry about that for another session.
Fuck.
I didn't get touched at all during that beholder fight.
I got hit once. I couldn't
It
take
only
a
got
second
3
one.
turns.
Oh,
If
man.
it took a second one, I was dead. And you'd have had fun traveling in with just fucking Renee, Siam, and dwarfs.
Wow.
Yeah, that really could have killed you. I mean, it says right there, the target dies if the ray reduces it to 0 hit points.
Yep.
Hell,
If he'd have got a good roll, he'd have one-shot me.
Siam almost took 10d8, which
Yeah.
I don't think would have killed him. But, you know.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that wouldn't have killed him, but it would have got him pretty damn close.
I've got 82 HP. If he'd have rolled really well, he'd have killed me.
Yep.
That was fuckery.
Pour one out from my nigga wars.
Oh, boy.
Fuck.
Well, now you have a nice statue to put out by your tavern.
Yeah, I do, don't I?
Not gonna make fun of me, fucking Slanesh demon.
I know, he's never, ever, ever gonna talk shit again.
Well, don't say never.
He's just in your bag.
I mean, I might be able to bring him back. He may not come back the same way as he was.
Oh, God.
I don't know, man. That seems kind of like a bad idea.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Kinda does.
Chaos Moors and his fucking Chaos Ganon.
Don't
Yeah,
tempt
but-
me more than I'm already tempted, alright? Chaos Ganon sounds fucking radical.
Well, hey, man. I didn't have any plans for Moors anyway.
So, oh boy, I honestly thought we were gonna get fucked up a lot more than we got lucky.
If that guy had one
We
more
got
turn, I was
lucky.
gonna break my caster coin.
yeah, we got fucking lucky.
But it's a good thing we have it now, for this fucker who has a pet dragon, apparently. A pet undead dragon.
Oh boy.
I played him straight, and I took away his legendary actions. His legendary action is he can take 3 and every time someone goes, he can then fire a beam off. So, 3 extra a turn.
Yep.
So, 6 beams a turn.
That
I
might have
probably
fucking killed
would've-
one of us.
I probably would have killed someone.
Probably
What the
me.
fuck are beholders? What the fuck?
They're
They're
pure evil.
bullshit.
No, I mean, I know what a beholder is. I didn't know what all their actions were, so that was a fucking gamble. Beholders.
I don't know. I just was playing by dragon rules, like spread the fuck out. I don't know.
Well, those eye stalks, they can just fucking target anywhere.
It chooses someone at random.
Yeah, they can just target anywhere. Doesn't even matter.
Yes, sir.
I was a lot more scared going into that. I'm glad that we fucking wiped its legendary actions. Because,
That would have
That-
actually fucked someone up.
yeah, that would have...
I'd have been dead.
Let's
Yeah.
see what. Just for fun. Let's see what the next turn would have been. That would have been a dead ass a dead ass Siam.
Yeah.
That would have killed Siam. Let's see. I want to see. Oh
Yep,
yeah.
Siam's
Oh,
Cyan...
yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, no,
Siam's
yeah,
dead.
he's fucking done.
He would have died.
What's 7? What's 7? We saw what 8 was. I can't remember. Did we 7?
7 is a sleep ray.
So sleep and then fucking non-existence ray.
And
Back
don't
to back.
let's yeah.
Disintegration ray, which would have turned him into and I quote, a pile of fine gray dust. And number 4 would have been a slowing ray, which would have just slowed him down, I guess.
Man, Castor would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Party what? Party what? Party
Don't worry,
what?
we still have a dragon and some undead bullshit to deal with
No.
too. All of this so I can get some fucking bullshit shoved into my sword, and I guess make the Empire happy or something.
Yeah, it's really hard to remember why you came here. You were all very eager.
Hey, remember back when we destroyed a city just to get Yalmar some armor? This is kind of what's going on all over again.
We get so eager, and then we just fuck off.
Oh man!
We
instead
should've
of
just
Yalmar
kicked down the
getting
door.
Armor, we're
This
putting
all
a
stems
soul in
from not
Bernard's
kicking
sword.
down the fucking door.
We should have just went through that front door.
Yay! That was fun.
Knock knock knocking on heaven's door.
I enjoyed that a lot.
I did too because I didn't get touched. I was safe and sound
you didn't get
on
hit
top
once.
of the beholder. I got lucky as
You
a
wouldn't have
motherfucker.
got. You wouldn't have got hit on the next turn. What the fuck?
Nope.
Good
Numero
thing we didn't
uno,
have those
baby.
legendary actions, or else you
No,
might have
that-
got hit.
Yeah,
It was like a
that-
quest where you needed to go find red before you could even fight this fucking thing.
Yep.
If you tried to fight it like in that room, just would have wrecked your shit. I probably would have party wiped. But hey, Siam and Renee would have been able to carry on the fight, or live in a hole with Reg for the rest of their lives.
With the Slanesh demon.
Yeah, I'm gonna call them chains.
Man, it's gonna be great whenever he finds Yalmar again.
Hello, darling.
It's gonna be your version of fucking Mephisto.
It's gonna be
But
my
you're literally
version of
going to
fucking
fist.
Groth. Now I'm gonna forever have just a Groth that just fucking pops up everywhere now. Like that fucking Slanesh demon is my Groth now.
Yay.
It'll be good practice. Can I get XP every time I kill it?
You don't get experience anyway. You're at level 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine by the end of this, you'll be 12.
Boy.
I just can't be asked to do experience.
Man.
Ritmores. That was sad. That was cool, though.
That was. I
Don't
was.
worry. We'll
Would
bring them
that
back one way or the
dispel
other.
have worked though? Would that dispel have worked though if it succeeded?
Well, yeah, if it succeeded, it would have worked.
Oh, okay.
I rolled
I
a
didn't know if it was
natural
like
one,
a
though. There was no way.
yeah.
And then he rolled like a 4, so that was it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Orange gets to go to the place where he can not drink.
Or shoot his Ganon.
Oh god, he's in hell.
Maybe we can use a caster coin for him.
Oh man, that's an idea. Wait, did Morse sign a contract? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. The only one who hasn't signed a contract is he who should not be named.
I don't know who that is.
That
I
is.
don't know who that is.
But he
Yeah.
may or may not have a caster coin anyways.
Oh boy.
Because
Well-
him and Caster are bros.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're bros.
That's every time Bernard disappears, he's really just visiting Castor. He just makes up stories to make it sound like he's not, you know.
Yeah, guys, I blew up Bergbrist. It was really cool. In fucking reality, I was just having fucking cocktails with Caster.
Him and the Gold Dad are playing, cards.
Fucking playing backgammon, talking about how shitty the fucking prodigal son is.
Yeah. It sucks, man. You guys lost, Moores was playing Maltnik, or whatever. Malnik. Now, you guys are going to be a player short for Dalgy and Arthur.
Oh boy. So, say bye-bye to Malnik. He's just never showing up ever again.
He's stoned.
Fuck off.
Oh man. In the multiverse of our D&D, our characters are actually playing other characters in another D&D session.
Yeah.
Man,
That's Kanan to me.
fucking Morris.
It's alright. He's fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine when I do a blood ritual or two.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Oh.
I don't know, I might roll that nat 20 again. That'll be really cool.
I just can't see that going well.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah.
I just don't.
I'll be sure to put myself near Bergbrist when I do it, don't worry.
Like, when you make that bullshit roll, I'm actually going to be scared.
It's the randomness of that fucking roll.
It's my favorite.
It's fucking amazing to watch, but it's
Terrifying.
yeah, fucking giant slimes, fucking what was the
Slime,
very first
cobalt-
time you made that fucking bullshit roll? The cobalt, right?
No.
No, it was
No,
the
making
slime,
those
wasn't it?
slimes. Yeah,
It was a
that's
slime. He did it his very first ritual on a kidnapped elf and a dead dude.
yep.
And then he got a taste for it because it gave him his friendly little pet slime. So he used it on a kobold and gave him the demon kobold.
Turn him
And then
into
he's
a
like, man,
fucking
this will
buff
never
ass
go
Charizard.
wrong. This will never be a bad thing. So then he used it with
I used it on
Warpstone and
the-
the slime.
Before that, I used it to get my fucking blood scales.
Yeah. Got your badass armor. It's literally been nothing but good things until Bretonia happened.
No, that was very good.
Yeah, I mean, you can think of it that way as well.
Good for Bernard.
Bad for literally everyone else.
Almost died in that slime.
I used it in Bergbrest too, you know.
Yeah.
He didn't explain it too much, but we don't want to go there ever again.
No, I don't.
Or
I
anywhere around it.
don't believe we should.
Well, Middenland's pretty up there.
Yeah. We'll skirt around it.
I mean, yeah, you can pretty much skirt around it. Where's Erlak? Erlak's
Middenland-
just south of Marienburg.
Yeah, Middenland is just going straight north past Altdorf.
Yeah, I'd say you could probably skirt around it.
There may or may not be demons there.
I mean, last you saw it, it was literally exploding. God, Bernard, you hated those guys.
Yeah.
Fuck
Or like,
'em. I
get your
told 'em.
diamonds back at least.
No. Fuck those diamonds.
It was like 240 gold worth of diamonds.
Yeah.
And
And I killed them for it. All of them.
I don't know if it was worth that.
It was to
Bernard Petty Tarrington.
me. Yeah. Fuck 'em.
Bernard Pettyton.
Hey, I needed something to fucking cause.
You, because you were bored.
I needed
Needed
to cause chaos in the Empire, alright?
Dude, you are fucking adept at causing chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So
Got
we've been
that
sitting
shit.
here for 5 hours.
The bag.
Good job, guys.
Fucking hungry.
Me too.
By the way, before we fight a fucking death dragon, we should take a rest. So
Oh, yeah, you
Bernard
guys can
cannot be
rest.
dead.
Yeah.
Because I've got 33 HP and no spells.
I only spent my final flash and a rage.
I can't believe that fucking landed. That mental prison.
I know
Yeah.
that. I thought the beholder was gonna have like a fucking +9 to intelligence.
+8. Still pretty good.
Yeah. Fucking.
+8 intelligence, +7 wisdom, +8 charisma, +12 perception. I don't think you guys
Clearly.
could have snuck by that thing.
Beholders are that one thing. They're like jinns. They're evil jinns. You know what a jinn is, right? Mark
Like-
from The Witcher.
Well, they're basically just genies.
Like
Yeah,
genies.
Yeah, but they're fucking.
There are djinns in the book.
Yeah.
But do they do the same thing? Like they can just fucking make whatever the fuck happen.
I don't think I saw a djinn in Witcher 2.
Well,
Well, actually, no. I don't even think.
beholders aren't so much jinns. I'd say they're fucking more like just fucking crazy ass mad scientists. They just live under the earth and experiment on shit. And
Yeah,
they're
but can't
about
they
very
just
paranoid.
will anything into reality? Like that's how other beholders are made. They fucking think while they're sleeping that another beholder is plotting to kill them, and then all of a sudden they make a beholder.
Pretty much.
Like they just defy all
They're
4 dimensions.
basically like supernatural aliens.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. Aren't they? Aren't they aliens? They come
I
from
mean-
a different dimension.
In this setting, I don't know. Maybe they
Bro,
came
I'm
from-
talking about like D&D or
No
beholders.
clue, man.
Maybe they live on Moore's Leap.